Hello there, world of tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's live stream, I will be live streaming as usual, playing what you guys want to see played. If you enjoy content like this, you want to see more in the future, make sure to smash that subscribe button down below. You know, a lot of you have been asking why I'm not doing 3 mark streams anymore, and I've talked about it in the past, but I figured, just as something to talk about, earlier today I got a message from another streamer, Peter W, who's also having an issue with stream snipers. This was actually brought to my attention the other day by one of his fans because he was complaining about stream snipers. Apparently he has multiple people that are going into his games and trying to ruin the experience. And it sucks. It absolutely sucks. It's the same reason I stopped doing my 3 marking streams. And honestly, I'm a bit surprised that on the EU server, there are people still able to get into his live streams. Now, I've given him some advice on how to deal with the stream snipers, but honestly, it's why I don't do my 3 mark streams anymore. Why spend effort and time when there's going to be people that go out of their way to purposely try and ruin the experience for everybody else? So, oh well, I just do my normal pick my tank streams and call it a day. With that being said, I'm going to play what you guys want me to play. Leopard 1 Proto Atlas 268 version 4. Fine, I'll do the Atlas. The Atlasy. Why not? Ha 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 ha. Tier 10, Heavy Tank, and Blitz Nation. What? What? Do I have a filter on or something? Do I not have the Atlas on this account? Ah. Nemesis? Alright. Let me, I guess I just never, play the Atlas on my press account. Let me just, get it unlocked really quickly. There you go. Go to tank, and research, and research, and research. And purchase, and back, and research, research. Boom, buy, purchase, yes, alright, back, research. We're getting there. Just give it a moment. We're getting there, guys. Purchase this one. Okay. Still getting there. Purchase the tier 9. Get the modules on it. And finally, we have the tier 10. There you go. The pay to win is crazy. I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. I'm going to go to tier 8, and I'm going to play in the Atlas. Thank you for the, or not the Atlas, the Nemesis. Thank you very much for the donation, you poobler. I've been enjoying the Nemesis a lot. Now, I'm pretty sure that I should have the legendary camo for the Nemesis on this account. Wargaming usually gives me the legendary camos for these tanks, and there you go. Boom. I thought so. I actually do really like the legendary camo for the Nemesis. I think it looks sick, so I didn't know I had it in my account when the tank got released because I didn't even know it had a legendary camo. I swear in the video, Wargaming did not show a legendary camo for the vehicle. And what's hilarious is that Wargaming actually ended up removing their post for the Nemesis because they said it was a 2-shot autoloader in their post, which was pretty sad. Stock E10? I'll play in the E10. I'm not going to do it stock, you poob. Thank you for the donation, though. I appreciate it. My nose, I don't know why. My nose has been very, very drippy lately. I need to start taking my, what the heck's it called? Fluticasone. There you go. I am so bored. Ha 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 ha. ELC 901. That is a tank. Thank you very much for the donation, you poob. How you doing, Y-Rib? How have I been? I've been doing alright. Apart from, I'm pretty sure it's my cat that's causing my nose to run a lot, but apart from my cat causing me to have the sniffles, I've been chilling. Open up 'em, lads. Let's get this show on the road. I'm just gonna go to the heavy side, honestly. Play the Vickers Light instead of the stock E10. It's not a bad idea. Droodles, which gun is better on the M6 show? Personally, I think the 2-shot is still better, but it really depends on what playstyle you're going for. Got the Waffen. Okay. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Shall I try that one again, Wargaming? Boom. There you go. 383. See if we can hit the Skoda. Let's go for the hatch. No. I'm not surprised it didn't hit. Not sure what the lightweight's doing, but, an interesting decision. Hello, Mr. M6. The only spot I can pen the M6 is right there. I mean, now that they're over-angling their sides, I can reliably cut through that, but obviously not when they're showing me their front. Dang, I should have just fired a standard. Okay, we got an autoloader on my rear. There goes all of my health. Yo, guys, autoloaders are good for the game. You might say, oh, well, Droodles, you're in an autoloader. And I am in an overpowered autoloader. But it's still pretty funny how one autoloader getting to my rear has completely ruined my game to a point where my game's over now. Like, my game's over. I'm screwed. All I can hope is that maybe, just maybe, yes. Who's gotten the last laugh now, Mill? I'm still dead. There's nothing I can do. I got the T-95 on my front. I got all these tanks on my side and my rear. Full health tank destroyers that have refused to actually make a play. It's unfortunate, but it's how Blitz is. When your team refuses to do anything, like, we have 2 full health TDs. I don't know what they've been doing. I really don't. But, oh well. Oh well. Good shot. We need the FCM. Bruh, what am I reading? Will we win? I don't know, and I don't care. I'm not going to stick around to find out.
The P donated 500 yen through Super Chat. A phase 1.
Okay. Did the Nemesis. I will do the E10, but I won't do it stock, you poob. The E10 is not German, it's Blitz Nation. I hate the way that Wargaming sometimes classifies vehicles, because a lot of the Battle Pass tanks, which should be Blitz Nation, are actually nationed. Like, for example, the Cryos is German, even though it's not really German. And what's interesting is that the E10, which is very clearly German, is not actually German and is a Blitz Nation tank. The KV Junior, which is very clearly Soviet, is a Blitz Nation tank. And the Death Star, which is very clearly British, is Blitz Nation. It's a little weird to me how they decide to do that, but oh well. Not my problem. Let me pull up chat. Oh, there you go. At times like that, the opponent is aggressive, but we move passively, so it's frustrating. Well, what's frustrating is that the Emil literally drives behind me, and even though I have 2 full health TDs, I don't know what my TDs are doing, because clearly they're not supporting anyone. The whole point of a tank destroyer is to be the anchor that stops the team from being pushed, that stops you from getting flanked. That's the whole point of a tank destroyer. They're supposed to be further back and supporting you. So I'm not really sure what TDs are doing when they're both full health and I'm the one getting rushed. Interesting. Anybody there? They do have a Borsig, which could very... Oh, okay. I was just spawn camping in a Smasher. Gotta love that. What a skilled player. Oh boy. Vindicator? Oh god. Thank you for the donation. This is just one of these games where I don't get to do anything. Oh, there's the I knew it. I knew they'd have a Borsig back there. It's just obvious. And the funny part is you can't spot him. The only reason that Borsig got detected was because the teammate we had spotted him. The 590 made an over-aggression and detected him. There you go. 329. Not terrible. I'll take it. Still got that Borsig back there, so there's really no reason for me to ever poke that. Let's see. Oh, I will get blocked by my Tiger. Thank you. I had the shot, but my Tiger doing that completely stopped me from having it. The only player dead on their team is the Smasher. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Annihilator. I guess I'll just never be able to get a shot out because my team will just keep getting in my way. And if I want to get a shot out, I have to get shot by every single player on the enemy team. Yay! I love this game. Okay. Ain't no way he hits that, bro. Yeah. Okay. Games like this do get me a little frustrated. It's not even the fact that I'm angry at my team. It's just like, dude, come on. I'm sitting there, I'm aiming in, and then you just drive in front of me? Okay. Okay, there goes all of our Barask. I just love how much Wargaming fails to have a good map design. Okay, the Borsig is dead. That's pretty good. Okay. I'm immobilized. Nice. 423 into the enemy T69. Pretty good stuff. Let's reload again. 3, 2, 1. Bonk. Not sure how that penned, but it did. Alright, we're doing better. We've bled out the enemy T69 quite a bit at this point, and all that's left is the 69 and the Annihilator. So if I get to an angle like this, T69 will not be able to pen me, and apparently I won't be able to pen them either, because this gun is actually so bad. I don't hate the E10. I actually think it's a pretty fun tank, but the gun on this vehicle is legitimately horrendous. Like, look at that. Even that shell went so incredibly high versus where I was aiming. But we did end up dealing 2,400 damage, and we won. So, I won't get that mad. How many battles do you think I must play for the Kampfpanzer missile with 50% win rate? I mean, if you're 50% win rate, just multiply the number by 2. So, I don't remember how many games it was, but if you're playing in the Sheridan missile, you have to win like 20 games a day. Or no, you have to win like 10 games a day. So, you have to play 20 battles a day. I already got my Kampfpanzer missile, my main account yesterday, which is pretty nice. Okay, what do we have next? We have the ELC 901. Okay, there it is, the little Rattler McGee. Use the Sturmtiger remodel. I don't even know where that is. I know what you're talking about. And somebody made a Sturmtiger for the ISU 152, and I'm not even sure why. You're taking, like, such a completely different type of tank. It doesn't make sense. The Vindicator totally makes sense as a Sturmtiger, but the ISU does not. When the E10 first came out, I blocked nearly 7k. It's great against tier 7s and 6s. It's really bad against tier 8s. It's not even that the pen's a problem. It's just the fact that the thing is so slow, and the armor isn't that good against higher tiered opponents. Okay. Well, I am Speed. Speedler McGeeler. And we are going to move over towards base C to begin with. They only have one medium. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move up this ramp like this. It's an aggressive play, but could be very rewarding if the enemy team decides to go down this road. Come on, somebody make a play. Well, there's the enemy. Oh, there you go. There's 212 into the IS, and boom, 204. And that's 416 health off of their vehicle. Now, the question is, will the 252 try to drive up the hill? Oh, we got the T29. There's 205, and there's 204. I'm pretty sure this vehicle has 220 alpha. Not sure why we're low-rolling every shell, but that's fine. We just reload. And we see what... Alright, T29 shot again, which means I can aim it on the IS. There's 220. Okay, and the IS just insta-turns and snaps me and hits me in the hatch. I don't know what to say. I really don't. Not sure what to say. Alright. I'm not really worried about you, T20 or T34. I'm not. Because I'll hit you once for 205, and then I'll back off, and you'll miss the shot, and you lost that trade big time, so good job, I guess. It's still a win for me. I'm not spotted by anybody right now, so I'm able to flank. That's one thing I do really like about this vehicle, is the spotting mechanics are very nice. Alrighty. Keep on going. T29 could very well be facing this way, but I don't think he will be. There's one shell into the IS. Yeah, remember me, buddy? Well, there you go. Now you really remember me. 2 shells in the back of your tank. Enjoy it. Pretty terrible team, though, I have to be honest. This is about as bad of a team as you can get. There's one pen into the enemy IS. There's a pen into the 252. I've done 2,000 damage. Don't worry, guys. My Tiger 2 has finally made it to the enemy team. Oh, boy. Thank you, Scorpion. Thank you, Shell, for completely missing a exposed Scorpion. My bad, Wargaming. Clearly, it's my fault. Oh, and I'm spotted by the T-34, which means I'm going to get shot. Wow. Sometimes it's definitely a little hard to enjoy this game. This is one of those moments where your team is just unbearable, dude. My nose is so sniffly. Okay, thank you, RNG. It's aiming on the Stridsvon. There you go. But I mean, dude, what am I supposed to do here? Like, it's not even possible to do anything. Well, hoped I high rolled it. And I did slightly high roll, but unfortunately we got a loss. 2,800 damage. Team sucked. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Okay, trying to still blow my nose a little bit.
200 yen through super chat. Why is my like the only one on the stream?
How you doing, get dizzy? Okay. 2,800. Let's see our team. Oh boy. Ah, brother. What even is this garbage? What even is this garbage? Worst team ever? Yeah, it's just every team. Just gun accuracy so bad. Oh, he did 3 marking the 4202. I did as well, Dizzy. I did not have an enjoyable experience 3 marking that tank. It wasn't the worst experience ever, but it's weird. The 4202 should not be missing nearly as many shots as it does, especially on move. It's just weird. I don't really love the 4202 gun. And I wish I did. I really wish I did. But for some reason, Wargaming decided to make the 4202 a troll vehicle. And because of that, you're sacrificing everything for that Hesh gun. And then in return, it's like, nah, you're not going to hit that shot. Oh, I'm sorry, you wanted to hit that very easy lower plate? Well, you moved your tank an inch, so it's going to go high. It's very frustrating. Okay. Here we go. Move out. Let's get the show on the road. A Sturmtiger remodel for the Yag makes sense, I guess. I have a feeling at some point we will get the Sturmtiger in Blitz, I'll be honest. Okay. Alright. My bad, game. My bad. Not only will I completely miss the CS, but he'll just snap me in the track wheel. I hate driving mediums on this map. Honestly, this map pisses me off when I'm in a medium. Because you don't do anything. You literally don't do anything. It is such a bad map. There's not many maps that I legitimately hate driving in a medium. This is one of them. Because, basically, you have one flank of the map that you can go to, which is over here. And you have to hope that the enemy team doesn't steamroll this side, or you're screwed. Will the STB back up? There you go. Ooh, we got him for 298. Well, the STB gets shot. I will continue waiting here. Okay, my shell went in between his tank. My bad, game. My bad. Well, so far we are at a whopping 300 damage. Fire an HE at the side of the 100. Nice. There's a shell into the CS. Nice. And we got the Chieftain. Nice. Not terrible. There you go. My teammate gets shot instead of me. So we shoot the 183 again. Look at how hard that CS wants to tunnel me. There you go. 350. I mean, not bad. It's not a crazy game, especially when the 4005 just HEs my teammate for about 8 billion damage. And now the 260 runs away, even though he's gonna die. It's just a steamroll. Oh well. I'll take a win. And, it's on a terrible map. I don't feel bad at all when I get a map like this and I only deal 2,500. I legitimately hate this map. I think Fort Despair is one of the least enjoyable maps to drive a medium on in the entire game. Because there's no real spot to use your vehicle's view range or mobility. I mean, sure, you can go all the way wide, But doing that, you're allowing tank destroyers or any vehicle that camps in the bush in the back the ability to completely stop you. And when the enemy team has an unspotted 183, even if they're a 42%er, all it takes is for a single 183 to be there to ruin your game. So I really hate Fort Despair. Also, my camera fell. But I do hate Fort Despair. I think that it's one of the worst balanced maps in the game for the medium flank. And listen, I'm gonna, like, Fort Despair driving a heavy is fine. I don't have a problem with Fort Despair being in a heavy. I have a problem with Fort... What the heck's going on with my camera here? Alright, well, I'm floating, guys. But yeah, I don't have a problem with Fort Despair being in a heavy. I have a problem with Fort Despair being in a medium tank. That's where I really have a problem with it. If Wargaming made it so that you didn't have to be on Fort Despair in a medium, it would be totally fine. But they you know... 3 Nemesis and 3 Type 5 crates for $5 a Gus deal. It's not a bad deal, but the problem is, Dizzy, Wargaming has lowered the drop chance of crates now. Like, if we look at that bundle, to get the Type 5, this is the bundle right here. To get the Type 5, it's a... Well, yeah, let's start off with the Type 5. The Type 5 Heavy is a 4% drop chance. We can see that right there, 4%. The Nemesis is even lower. It's a 3% drop chance. Wargaming has officially lowered the drop chance of these tanks by now 2%. Now, that might not sound like a lot. 5%, now down to 4%. But at 3%, that is legitimately a joke. 3% drop chance is the worst drop chance I've ever seen in years. The last time I've seen a drop chance this low was for the T-34-3. And then not only is the drop chance only 3% for this tank, but also they've increased the amount of charms from what used to be 30 to now 39 to guarantee the vehicle. And for the Type 5 Heavy, if you want to guarantee the tank, it's 50 charms. So basically what they've done here is they've screwed over us, the players. Once again, the people that support the game and give Wargaming money, well, they're just screwing us over. You know how much money it cost me to get the Nemesis on my main account? $130. But that's not surprising when there's only a 3% chance in every crate to get the vehicle. It's a joke. And I definitely am going to make another video complaining about how Wargaming is further ruining the game by making these crates less and less drop chance. It is ridiculous. Wasn't the Felice drop chance 2.5%? Maybe, but the only way to really guarantee the Felice was by opening the stages and getting the vehicle guaranteed. Saw the Badger video, tragic tank. Both it and the Yag used to have 5 more degrees of traverse. Yep, I agree, Dragon. I agree. It's pretty bad. Like, the problem with the Badger is the traverse speed and the reverse speed. I believe firmly that there should not be any tier 10s apart from autoloaders that reverse at 12 or 10. Also, let me see what my next donation was. Vindicator. But yeah, oh no, AE phase 1 and then the Vindicator. But yeah, I am a firm believer in the fact that no tanks should reverse at freaking 10. It doesn't make sense. Like, the TL7120 reverses at 10. Who the hell wants to drive this thing when an AE Phase 1 exists? Now, obviously, nobody has the AE Phase 1. But still, it's just like, why would you ever drive a TL7 when it reverses at 10 when you can drive vehicles that reverse at 20 base? It's stupid. It's why vehicles like the Kron are so overpowered. Reverse speed is such a completely OP mechanic. And then when you have bad reverse speed and you pair it with bad traverse speed, it screws you. Because you cannot get out of a position you've put yourself in. It sucks. $130 is a... Oh, thank you very much for the donation. $130 is a whole AAA game? Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's actually more than a AAA game, Dragon. The AAA games are like 60 bucks.
1,000 yen through Super Chat. Fanric and KV Jr.
The thing is that Wargaming also has not been replying to me recently. I apparently might be able to talk to Wargaming in February. Don't know what's going on there, but hopefully I'll be able to talk to Wargaming in February. But right now, since I haven't talked to anybody in Wargaming... Okay, yeah, let's just stop. That's... Okay, yeah. It's not bad that he stopped. It's just like, don't stop directly in the middle. Like, give me a little bit of room to get around you, you stinker. But what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Problem right now is I don't know if Wargaming is going to renew my press account or not, what's going on with my relations with Wargaming, and if they decide not to renew my press account, that means that I have to own all these tanks on my main account so that I can make reviews and play them when people want me to. So because of that, I have to spend hundreds of dollars on these tanks to make these reviews. It's a bummer, but that's kind of how it is. So, right now, I'm buying all the tanks that get released. Now, if Wargaming says, okay, the 60 TP is very frustrating, I'm not going to lie. Like, what are we? Oh, and he gets an ammo rack. Just imagine that was me. Imagine I was that 60, and I make a poke in front of 8,000 tanks, and then I just ammo rack the dude. That would never happen. In a billion years, it would never happen. No, instead, I get penned by the 5A through, yeah, there you go, 60 snaps a guy. I don't know. Players really irritate me on my team as well, because I'm sitting here, like, trying my best, and then that's my luck. I completely miss the fully exposed 5A haul, and then this 5A just golds me right through the turret. Like, okay, dude. Worst gold pen in tier 10 still butters right through me. Like, can I get a break? No. He's just that good. He's just penning me every shot. Keep going, buddy. I don't care. You can shoot me all day. I don't give a single crap. You know why? Because your game's over. You're now the only person left. You got a Yag on your rear. Oh, you're going to get me. Oh, no. Oh, no. He's going to get me, guys. Oh, no. Get the hell out of my game. Yeah, there's my ammo rack. Bozo. I bet you that guy knows who I am. I've seen that name before. I would not be surprised if he knew who I am. $1K in what currency? Yen. Japanese yen. 1,000 Japanese yen is $6.34 USD. German heavies... When I get them in a face hug, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Indeed. Have you 3-marked the XM66F yet? I have not 3-marked it, but I am actually in the process of 3-marking it. So far, I am at, I think I'm at about 40 or 50%. Honestly, I haven't been focusing. Yes, I've seen your comments, Canada. You're fine, you poob. I have not been focusing on 3-marking as much as I did originally, because I've realized that nobody gives a shit about the tanks that I've 3-marked apart from me. That's the problem. Like, who am I proving myself to? And obviously I am going to 3-mark my tanks, but I don't need to slave away every single day for 3 to 4 hours of time so that I can prove nothing to anybody, right? I'm averaging 3,800 on my main account 30 day. Like, I'm in the top 3 of the NA server. And if I stop 3-marking tanks, my average damage will probably go down to about 3,500 to 3,400, because I simply don't give a crap. That's the thing. I am the kind of player that doesn't want to try hard every single game I play. There's some people in the NA server, like Trath, for example, who will literally try hard every single battle they play, and I guess they find that fun. They average 4K, whatever. I don't find that fun. It's not enjoyable for me to get stressed about where my team's driving, purposely drive my mediums to the heavy flank so I can farm, and, you know, play like a total douche so that I can deal as much damage as possible so I can get my marks done. I just don't find that fun, personally. I find it fun just chilling with my friends, not really caring as much about my stats, my win rate, my damage. And I'm still, even when I'm doing that, going 70% plus a 3K average in tier 10. So it's not like it's a detrimental thing, but it's just like, what do I gain from 3-marking my tanks? Nothing. What do I gain from not 3-marking my tanks? About 3 hours of my time daily. So, you know, I'd rather put that 3 hours towards playing games with friends, having fun, rather than screaming and losing my hair and sanity, you know, in Blitz. So that's how I look at it personally. He's so close, but I just can't hit that. Dang, and then the brass gets unspotted. Okay, well. Aiming. Bonk. Okay. Try again. There you go. That's better. I mean, we should win this. It's impressive, though, how 4 tanks have now just managed to bleed out 1 shot of damage on that 7.52. Bonk. There's 430, and I should be able to pen the 252 there. Nice. What was your favorite 3-mark? Probably the 121. 4,500 something average damage, and I completed the 3-mark in 26 games. That was enjoyable, I will admit. There's 438. And there's 406. I swear this tank is 430 alpha. I've been low rolling every AP shell I've been firing. I don't know why my ear's so itchy.
Donated 200 yen through super chat. Senlak.
Alright. That 752 has only lost half of their health. It is impressive how bad my team is struggling to kill a single 752. Aiming. Bonk. There's 379. I swear this tank has 430 alpha. I swear it has 430 alpha. And we're low rolling every shot, bro. It's crazy. Oh, look, another tank has YOLO'd the 752. I don't understand how hard it is to shoot a 752, dude. This is not a challenging task. Ooh, guys, look! I shot the 752. I did something that my team is apparently immune to doing. Now, the Brask is still alive. And what's interesting is that I would have expected them, yeah, I was about to say, if they ran away, I would have expected them to be spotted, which made me assume that they were still in that dip. Imagine being so bad at the game that your only viable play is to spawn camp, and then the moment anybody tries pushing you, you just go further into your spawn. It's pretty tragic. There's 407, and boom, 394. Every shot I have fired has low rolled. Legitimately every single shell. It's actually impressive. I thought Fanwork was 410. I swear it's 430. I could be wrong, but I swear it's 430. Yeah, what are you gonna do, huh? You spawn camp the whole game so that this is your battle. Yep. Yeah, I was very... Oh, yeah. Yep, bounce me with the second one. Oh, you don't even get it out. Good job. Players like that Brask would really, really frustrate me if they were on my team. And to be fair, my team is terrible as well. I mean, literally, 4 tanks died to a single 752. The 752 is not even dead. I don't understand how that's possible. They all rushed the 752 one at a time. They all died. Pretty impressive. 410? Well, maybe it is 410. I swore it was 430, but... It's one of those tanks that I really don't care enough about to really memorize the stats on. I just thought, yeah, you're right. Because the 752 is 752 is 430. So yeah, this tank is 410. I guess I'll just shoot the VK. Oh, my bad game. Ain't no way you're poking this dude. You do not have the health to. Oh, he actually did 5,000 damage. Even with 410 alpha, I still think we've low-rolled most of the shots we fired. E75 TS is a tier 9 now. Kyler deserved it more. I agree. I 100% agree. That almost didn't pen. Okay. And I will not die to the 752 like every other one of my teammates did. There you go. 5,700 damage. Or 600 damage. That's pretty good. We definitely aced it. That's not a question at all. The question I have is, was this a noob MM battle or a normal pub? It was a normal pub. Our team was just that bad. A single 752 held off basically my entire team. It's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. Alrighty then. What is next? Let me check the alpha. Is it just 410? It is 410. Alright. "400 battles is still a noob MM?" Correct. You are a noob matchmaker until you pass about 5,500 games. At that point, you are then placed into the normal MM. Tornvon and TS63 are next to be up-tiered. Great. I can't wait for the Tornvon. That's going to be real exciting. Oh, brother. Everybody that watched my video on the Tornvon when it was in Reforged saw how incredibly overpowered that was. It's a 3-shot auto-reloader with 400 alpha. It has... I don't even need to say it. I mean, the thing's just dumb. It's 1,200 damage in 5.4 seconds with still ridiculous armor. Double-barreled are not coming to the game. I mean, they are going into... They are coming into Lesta, so actually I do think that at some point we will see double-barreled tanks come into Blitz. Cease? There are still players in Cease. There's no way. I remember when I called for Cease, like, 3 years ago at this point, and that was not a fun experience. The players on that team, some of them were actually decent, some of them were absolutely terrible. The team, funny enough, actually still got, like, 10th place, which was absolutely crazy for how bad some of the players were, but, yeah. Will you tune with JT5? Probably not today, but I will in the future. Sometimes I just like chilling on my own. Dang, I was really hoping that would hit. Gonk. Thank you for the donation. I don't have any support, so I'm not playing over-aggressive here at all. All I have is a Barask. Oh, and great. There goes a lot of my health. Okay. Alright. Okay. Nice. At least I hit that. I don't know what my team's doing. Full health by Para and a 92-1 just spawn camping back here. Like, what are we doing, brother? I have to back up or the 92 will probably hit me. 3, 2, 1... Of course. Of course. I wait that whole time to get my shell back. And then when I do, my team kills him. Are we real? Are we real right now, brother? That's crazy. Oh, wow. Now you want to move up Vipera. After doing literally nothing the whole battle, you have finally decided that. Now is your moment. Funny part is I literally cannot trade with a Gonk. It has 600 alpha, and it has double my DPM. So, yeah. I'm just going to wait for the Carnarvon to make a very bad play. Or not. I'll just wait. I don't gain anything. Oh, yeah. Okay. Just aiming on the upper plate of the Gonk. There you go. 568. See, the thing is, I might not be in a tank destroyer. Oh, is this what we're going to do? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, good luck, buddy. Good luck. Come on, do it. YOLO me. Freaking bozo. El Bozo. Freaking actual trash bag, bro. Ain't no way he really tried YOLOing me there. There's no way that's a real human. Alright, well, I'm going to move up. And I'm hoping that I can get an HE into the 92. There you go. 1,118 damage. Now, that is insane. The thing about the KV Jr. is it's actually not a terrible tank. Yes, it is heavily, should I say, nerfed by the gun being bad. But at the same time, the gun can also do this. See? Look how dangerous that was. I knew it was going to bounce. I knew immediately when I opened my mouth, look at this. I knew it wasn't going to do anything. Yep, L. Alright, so looking at these tanks in order, the Emil has to go first. Now, I have just enough average damage to statistically kill him, but if he's going to do that, then I definitely have enough average damage to kill him. Also, is my sense is fine. Alright, well, we reload. Hello. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Yeah, I don't know. I don't hate the KV Jr. When you do get the gun to work, it actually can feel pretty enjoyable. Yeah. Yeah. You got me good. Ooga booga booga. What are you gonna do, huh? What are you gonna do? I can tell you what you're gonna do. You're gonna get overmatched in the roof. And die. 3,750 damage. Pretty good game. I can't get mad at all. Droodles gonna loosen you up? What am I reading? Also, JT, ain't no way you're doing Blitz content. Ain't no way. I've told you so many times, this is advice for anybody trying to make World of Tanks Blitz content. There are so many games out there. There are so many games out there. And if you're picking World of Tanks Blitz to make YouTube videos on, why? It's literally a dying game. I'm literally the largest content creator for the game, and I'm admitting the game is dying. I'm literally posting videos on a GTA channel and I need to start posting on my Helldivers channel and my other reaction channel, I already have other plans. Like, my GTA channel's almost at 90k subs already. I am not sitting here to find out what happens to the future of Blitz when it does inevitably die. Don't know why people, JT, why you would want to make videos on a dying game. Just my personal opinion. Should have made games. Thank you for the donation, by the way, Barb. Should have made games on Gacha Games or Battlefield 6. I mean, GTA 6 is the future for me. Obviously, GTA 6 will be the largest game ever. And my GTA channel is already doing very well. The video I posted 2 days ago on GTA already has 40,000 views. If I posted a Blitz video, I couldn't dream of getting 40,000 views in a month, unless it was Reforged. When Reforged was a thing, and it was getting memed on, and I was calling it trash, I was getting a lot of views. Some of my Reforged videos were getting upwards of 50,000 views plus in a week. That was crazy. But it's funny that a GTA video I post gets 40,000 views in 2 days. And that's not even really out of the ordinary for GTA. And when GTA 6 comes out, I could literally be looking at videos in the millions of views regularly. So that's the difference between Blitz and GTA. I've said it in the past, I am not worried about what happens to Blitz, because GTA 6 is coming out within a year, and this time, even though it's been delayed a bunch, people do think that this will be the actual release. And when GTA 6 does come out, I'm already going to be able to capitalize on that so much. I'm going to be putting so much more effort in the GTA than I am Blitz. Wargaming, they can remove me from whatever program they ever plan to do. I don't care. I do not care. The CCs can sit there and cry about me all day. When GTA 6 becomes a thing, I will no longer have any strings attached to Blitz. And I want to clarify that now, right? Currently, I'm still being nice and, you know, being respectful to Wargaming and their employees, because there's no reason for me to be mean. But I'm just saying, like, when my GTA channel, if it does take off at some point, especially when GTA 6 is a thing, I'm just gonna be honest, like, there's not gonna be any reason for me to care about having relations with Wargaming. There's not gonna be any reason for me to care about a press account, because this will not be the main game that I'm playing. You know? That's just how it is. So, it's really Wargaming's fault if they refuse to take advantage of the situation that they're in right now. Like, their game's already dying. They could listen to players like me that actually know how to fix the game, that actually know what's going on, and instead they're not doing that. And instead they're going to let their game further divulge, and it's their problem. It's their problem. I'm pretty sure GTA will cost upwards of $80 or $100. Yeah, you know what's funny? It'll still be less than what I spent on one Tier 8 collector. So think about it like that. Think about it like that. They have 3 tank destroyers. I'm not spotted. I'm going to take one more blind shot. Droodles and RP would be sick. I do want to do RP, but at the same time, it takes so much time and effort to get involved into RP. I'm very happy I did not go to the medium side alone. How much money do you think people have to drop on the BZT-70? Probably around $300 would be my guess. That's how much money Wargaming usually sells these tier 10s for. I'm dropping $300 US and I wouldn't care less. Well, you'll definitely care. You'll care in the future though, Dizzy. Right now, you're living in the present. But in the future, when you're like 70 years old and you're like, where did all my retirement savings go? And then you realize that you spent all of your money in a dying economy on a mobile game that's not going to last more than 5 years. And then you'll be like, huh, maybe that wasn't the best decision. Now listen, I'm not saying that I'm going to not do it either. I'm probably going to spend that much as well. But I regret it. Every single time I spend money on this game, I regret it. I fully regret it. I don't want to spend money on Blitz, but the problem is because of my profession, because of my channel, I have to spend money on this game if I want to make content on the new vehicles that get released. I have no choice, right? I mean, that's one of the things that I will always do as a content creator on this game, is buy the tanks when they get released. That's why I do so many live streams for Blitz, though, is because the live streams obviously help pay for a lot of the tanks. Okay. Oh, alright. Well, I'm not dealing too much damage in this game, but we're winning, so that's all that matters. I don't mind the FE301. It's not a bad tank, but it's definitely nothing crazy either. Does have a pretty dangerous gun, though, in terms of the DPM. Okay. I hate guns that are inaccurate. They piss me off, right? You're sitting in a vehicle with 190 alpha, and then you're also telling me that I can't hit my shots? Like, come on, game. It's not that complicated. Okay. I hit the gun of the ISU. Are we serious, Wargaming? Well, I still did fine. 2,300, I'll take it. Takes money to make money? Not really. Sometimes it does. If you're buying, like, art, sure. But I could spend a lot of the time that I spend on Blitz on different games and different channels, and I would probably be a lot further along. And I wouldn't have to spend money on those ventures. Like, I don't need to spend money on GTA. I don't. All the money that I make from GTA is earned by grinding. I don't need to spend a single dollar on GTA. And yet, I'm making more money monthly on that channel than I am this channel. And I'm definitely going to be putting more effort into the GTA channel in the future. It's just how it is. I mean, I don't know, but yeah. I've spent $7 quintillion, indeed. I don't think Wargaming cares so much about their own game. They just want to milk the game until it's not profitable anymore. Well, they definitely care about the game, because if they didn't care about the game and their public's opinion, they wouldn't have fired the lead dev during Reforged. What do I have to play next? I have to play the Cron and 5A. Alright. Yeah, they wouldn't have fired the lead dev during Reforged. They wouldn't be listening to the player base and trying to fix the game in certain regards. But it's just very frustrating for me as a player who knows the core issues with this game. I mean, I made a video 2 hours long breaking into everything that's wrong with this game. I guarantee if you got every single Blitz CC in a room, they couldn't name half the things that I talked about in that video. Because the difference between me and a lot of these content creators, first of all, most of them... Oh, thank you for the donation.
$2 Canadian through Super Chat. Play the tier 9 conk you cutie patootie smiling face with hearts.
Thank you for the donation, though. But the thing is that a lot of the CCs that play this game don't actually... There's two different things. First of all, half of them don't actually make content on this game. Like Amunet, I'm not really sure why she's a content creator when she literally does not create content. It's not even anything against her. I don't like Amunet, but that's not even talking about her as a person. She doesn't post content. Why is she a CC? There are plenty of content creators out there who get 50 views on their average video. Why are they CCs? The reason why is because Wargaming's desperate to have content creators, and they don't want to make me one, even though I'm obviously a prime candidate because of my past and that I'm controversial. But that's their problem, really. But yeah, I mean, they tried to do, you know, the Bushka train was the only hope they had. They tried bringing Bushka back for comp, but it doesn't matter because Bushka doesn't care about the game like he used to, you know? He realized that Wargaming doesn't really give a crap about his opinion, so he stopped putting in effort. And I don't blame him. Okay. But, yeah, I don't know. Most of the CCs literally do not know anything about this game. And that's the thing that gets me a little frustrated. Like, you have these players who do not play the game, who do not know anything about balance, and then they're sitting here and they're trying to make opinions and they're trying to, like, say things. Like, one of my friends, I think it was Wallet, so the Nemesis obviously got released the other day, and I think the Nemesis is great. In fact, I already recorded another video on the vehicle calling it completely OP and like the new Chimera. Because I legitimately think it is a completely OP, like a new Chimera level vehicle. And what's funny is that at the same time I'm making a video calling the Nemesis amazing and like how it's one of the best tanks in tier 10, one of my friends sent me a clip of Martimator calling the Nemesis a piece of trash and that the only reason you'd ever play it is because you don't care about winning or something like that. Like, it was absolutely funny to me. And again, like, it has nothing to do with Martimator as a person. It's just another example of, like, these people who are official, you know, people from Wargaming who legitimately have no clue how to play this game. Like, that's how it is. They have no clue how to play the game. I'm averaging over 90% win rate with 3,000 average damage in the Nemesis. And then you have people trying to say, well, it's not a good tank. No, you're not good at the game, and you're blaming it on the tank instead of learning how to play. That's not the tank's fault. That's your fault. But the problem is then you get all these players who are like 40% who watch those videos, and they use it as an excuse to bolster their feelings on why they're struggling in the tank. You know? That's how I look at it. Let's see. But I might... There you go. Get the second shot. Alright, we did over 3,000 damage. But, oh well. As I said, at the end of the day, I don't care at this point. I don't care. I really don't. If Wargaming decided to completely stop talking to me and give me the cold shoulder tomorrow and forgot I ever existed and never acknowledged me, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, I am a point in YouTube where I have bigger priorities and bigger fish in the sea than World of Tanks Blitz. Wargaming may be a multi-billion-dollar company, but at the same time, they won't be forever. And they are reliant on people like me to keep the game alive. When you don't have people posting videos on your game, when you don't have content creators who are skilled, who are willing to play the game and make videos on it, that is when your game is dead. That's as simple as it is. That is when your game is dead. There is only 2 skilled content creators that I can think of. There might be some more, like Juicy Tender Steak, I guess. There's some people that, you know, there's some other ones that are probably smaller that I'm not thinking of. But in general, the only 2 people I can think of that are actively like pushing the skilled scene of the game are myself and Peter KW. If both of us stop posting videos on this game, you lose all of the skilled players and their opinions. Now you just simply have people who don't know anything about the game that are posting videos, and that's bad. And then, at some point, those players will stop playing the game. But when you lose the skilled audience of a game, you're screwed. Because the skilled audience are the most dedicated fans. They're the people that learn how to play the game, that put the time, that put the effort in. When you lose those players, you lose the game's core audience. Because now your game is just a bunch of 40%ers like Walking War Robots. And Walking War Robots fell off. It used to be super popular, and it's still more popular than Blitz, but it fell off big time from its original peak. And it's because they screwed up the balancing, none of the skilled players wanted to play the game anymore, and it's to a point where now it's just a bunch of meme. That's the same thing that will happen to Blitz if Wargaming continues this route. So that's my personal opinion on the whole situation. I am not the one who is reliant on Wargaming. I never have been reliant on Wargaming. I always put my own money into the game. I always have been very invested in the game with my own wallet. And I will continue to be so. As long as the game continues giving me decent return, as long as I'm making more money than I'm spending on the game, then I'm going to continue doing that. I'm going to continue making videos and posting them the way I want. So it's not really going to affect me at all. If the game does die at some point, then I'll just stop posting videos on the game. Maybe I'll pivot this channel to something else. Maybe I'll start playing War Thunder, or... because War Thunder is not dying at all. I could also pivot this channel towards war games, you know. So it's not like this channel would be dead. But that's the thing that's funny about Wargaming, is they might be a huge company, but they are still super reliant on the people that make this game popular. World of Tanks PC is definitely dying. That's a fact. They still have yet to fix the core issues with the game. And if Blitz... yeah, are we going to YOLO me? If Blitz continues that same route, it's just going to be Wargaming screwing everything up for themselves. But, oh well. Let's see if we can get this E5 taken out. There you go, nice 479. I personally love the gun on the 5A. I think that a lot of players try to say, like, the 5A is not a very good tank, but it really is a very good tank. The gun is just so nice on this vehicle. You've got a solid alpha damage chunk, you've got really good standard pen, And then you also have good enough armor that when hauled down, it's very hard to reliably pen you. So there you go. Another shot to the E5. And like, look at this. This guy's just done. He's been trading with me every shot for some reason, and now his game's over. Let's see. E4 rushes to a side. I get the kill, because apparently the E4 couldn't. Hello, Hori. Goodbye. 4,700 damage. I swear every time I drive this tank, it's enjoyable. Like, it's hard for me to have a bad experience in the 5A. This was one of my most enjoyable 3 marks. I went like 3,800 damage in this thing. And it was when I was streaming. This was a very enjoyable 3 mark. So, I really can't complain at all about the 5A. It's one of those tanks I just love playing in. 5,500 damage. It's just such an enjoyable tank. Why can't we mention WOT Joe? Joe is not a skilled player. Like, I don't know. I don't have a problem with WOT Joe at all, but he's not a skilled player. And he's not a good look for the game in certain regards. Like, he made a video on the 2 new tanks that got released, the T3 Jaeger and the Giro. Both of those tanks are fantastic. On my main account, my T3 Jaeger, I'm sitting at like 3,500 average with an 80-something% win rate. The thing is insane. It's got adaptive concealment. And then the Giro is also insane. And then WOT Joe's video is titled, I spent hundreds of dollars on terrible tanks. They're not terrible. They're actually amazing. I remember looking in the comment section and somebody actually had to tell him what adaptive concealment was because he didn't know what it is. Which means he probably doesn't even play the game much apart from making a video here and there. And you know what, if you want to do that, that's fine. But again, why do we need to make an opinion on a tank? Just title it, spending hundreds of dollars on 2 new tanks. Or trying out these goofy new TDs. Why do you have to say they're terrible? Why do you have to make it personal? You know? It's the same thing with Angel. He makes his video on the 4005, goodbye 4005, saying how it's ruined, how it's nerfed, how it's no longer good. As I'm sitting here with over 4,000 average damage in the thing, and he wants it to have a 2-second intro clip and it to be buffed? Do we really want 1,500 damage in 2 seconds? Is that good for the game? No. Why do we all complain about the overbuffing of autoloaders? In fact, Angel made a video like a couple months back complaining about autoloaders being too OP, and then he complains about the 4005 being nerfed, which would be the nerfing of an autoloader, which he complained. It's just so hypocritical, dude. It's just the same people that take one side and then flip the coin. They're like, oh, well, I guess I'm on this side now. I don't get it, dude. I don't. And it's why I keep saying it. It's like actors. Actors should not be making political opinions unless they're a politician. And it's the same way that if you're a meme creator for a game, if you're not putting in the effort to actually understand the mechanics behind the game and everything else, then you should not be making opinions on the game. Just stick to what you're good at. Stick to meme content. That's how I look at it. Because I'm pretty sure if you had a poll, 99% of people would say, do not buff the 4005. But the problem is then you get somebody saying that it's bad, and Angel's got a huge audience, and then you get all these people who aren't doing good in it, and then instead of thinking that, oh, well, maybe it's me, they just blame the tank, you know? So that's the problem. It's just, I don't know. I just wish people would stay in their lane. It's the same way I stay in my lane. I don't make meme content because I don't know how to do that. I don't focus on meme content. I focus on making reviews, guides, and everything else. And the problem is when you get people that don't know what they're talking about changing their fields, it just never goes well for them. 4005 is not even nerfed. The tank is beyond unfair. Yeah, 100% Dragon. 100% completely OP. Everybody that has fought the 4005 in the past months since the changes knows how unfair it is. Things shoot you once for 700 damage, and then you cannot make a play, because if you decide to, you'll lose another 700. It's stupid. I freaking hate the 4005. I absolutely hate going up against it. The fact that 4005 can 2k delete in 4 seconds from lightly armored. Yeah, it's dumb. It's really dumb. But that's the problem. That's the issue I have with Blitz right now. Obviously, I'm not here to just complain about Blitz, and I'm not really complaining about Blitz. I'm just stating how I look at it. You know, I'm just... At this point, I am no longer as attached to Blitz as I have been in the past. Yes, I still feel strongly about my opinions on the game. Yes, I still am emotional about certain parts of Blitz, But at the same time, Wargaming is not doing the steps which they should be to make this game better. They are doing some of the steps, which they need to. Reforged is really their main focus right now. But, am I just going to be rushed? Don't know. I hate Nube. I absolutely hate this map. Oh boy. Yep, there goes 290. Professor D. What am I looking at, brother?
We've damaged them. Enemy
Nice.
armor is hit.
Oh,
Didn't even scratch them.
turned it last second. I'm having a weird delay on my shots right now. I'm not really sure what's causing it. I'm gonna move this way to where the Bisante cannot hit me. Bonk.
Enemy armor is damaged.
I don't really care if you shoot the second shell.
Enemy armor
Yeah, good job, dude. Professor D got the frickin' D. Is he gonna cross? There you go.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Alright, let's move up. The BZT-70 is just another prime example of wargaming. Like, they're just gonna screw over everybody. They will 100% sell the BZT-70 in some ridiculously OP event. And even if the tank's not good, it's just so frustrating that people have to spend hundreds of dollars to get a tank. Like, Dizzy, think about it. You're literally saying that it's okay.
We've damaged them.
You're totally fine with spending $400 on a tank. You're willing to spend literally a month's worth of food payments. Like, $400 is how much the average person probably spends on food monthly. You're willing to spend that on a single tank and not feel remorse about it. Like, it's just, bruh. I don't know. I just personally, I used to not hate spending money on this game as much, but I've just become very resentful of wargaming because they keep screwing the people who are giving them money. I am a person who has literally funded wargaming's employees. Like, I have probably given wargaming over the years $30,000+. I have literally given a year's worth of salary to some employee they have. And in return, they just say, you know what, we're going to lower the crate trances for you. Like, think about that. Imagine that in real life. Imagine in real life you're buying a car or something, and you've been buying cars from this dealership for years. And instead of them being like, oh, look, you're a good customer, we want to give you some decent deals and try and help you out here. Nah, instead what we're going to do is we're going to make you pay more for the same car. Usually that's not how life works. It does sometimes. But most of the time, when you're a repeat customer, you get deals, you get discounts. In Blitz, it's the opposite. You're the person who spends money, you're the person who funds the game. Well, you're the person who gets screwed over. That's what pisses me off. That's what pisses me off. If wargaming, like, I don't know. It's just like the G-SOR the Tank event was really what pissed me and my friend off a lot, because wargaming literally, my friend Wallet spent $900 to try and get the G-SOR the Tank and didn't get it. He literally did not get it. It's $900, and he still would have had to potentially spend another $300 to guarantee the tank. That is insane. It's just insane. It's insanity. And the thing is that, again, the only people getting screwed are the players like myself. The average person is going to grind out the event, probably get their free tier 9, get their free tier 10, and then they'll move on, right? And then they'll move on. Maybe they'll spend $100 on the game. They'll get 2-3 tier 10s from the music boxes. It's whatever. They don't care, you know? And then it's the same thing for, you know, the average player doesn't really care. But it's the player like myself that has all the other tanks, that just wants to get one vehicle. And Wargaming's like, oh, you want to get that one tank? Do you? Well, we're going to make it so you have to spend literally $500 to $1,000 to get that tank. That's what really frustrates me. It's not the casual player that's getting screwed. It's the player like myself. It's the players like my friends who spend hundreds of dollars on this game. And then Wargaming tries to pinch every single last penny they can out of that player base. That's what frustrates me. They're not screwing over the average player. They're screwing over the players like myself that want to get a tank early, that don't want to wait a year so that they can get a tank. That's the person they're screwing over, and that's what I find really frustrating about the game. It's common sense. It is, but they're losing players doing this. My friend Greystar is no longer, he's done. He is done playing the game. He has completely finished playing Blitz at this point. He's not spending money on the game. Also, apparently my Wi-Fi is just dying now. 27, 28% packet loss, 35, 40. Ooh, is it going to keep going up? Don't know. But, yeah, my friend, okay. My friend is basically done with spending money on this game. He's done. So Wargaming has lost a customer. Somebody who's probably spent $20,000+ throughout the years is done with the game. Now, if that's just one person, but add that up, that is okay. If you add that up, that's a lot of people, dude. Like 10 people that are not spending that amount of money anymore, that's $200,000 they're losing. Think about it. This Wi-Fi is actually unbearable. Please don't hit me. Okay, we're good. I don't know what's going on here with my packet loss, but could be my Wi-Fi. Oh, it looks like, oh. Okay. Okay, great. Yep, yay. Yay. This is good Wi-Fi. It's so bad. The funny part is that I'm still dealing more damage with 20% packet loss than the average player. Oh my god. Enjoy that. But the funny part is with 8 billion% packet loss, I'm still doing better than the average player. Alright. E100 Camo Mania says it all about the Blitz players. Not really. My guess is that a lot of players like me that spent a lot of money on these G-Sor the tank had a bunch of gold lying around and did not want to, they just didn't want to, like, for example, the ELC 901, nobody bought. The ELC 901 was for golden tickets, and it did not sell out across all servers. That's not a good sign for your game. Wargaming thought that they would sell those ELCs out, and all they did was they made themselves look like a laughingstock because they didn't sell any of them. They literally did not sell any of them. So, yeah. It's pretty tragic. It's because they made them golden tickets. The reason the 100 camo went so high is because players like myself had 8 billion gold from the Blitz Fair and didn't know what to do with the gold, and Wargaming gave us a way to waste it all on something. Because no new crates are for gold. No, you know, no new crates or anything is for gold. Oh my god, the packet loss is actually unbearable right now. Michael, you always ask me the same question, you monkey. I'm not even going to look up your stats. I'm already going to tell you the issue with your gameplay. Here's what you got to do. You got to live longer, you got to position better, and you got to not play as aggressive. You're welcome. Peter was roasting the ELC. He was pissed when it cost tickets. I wasn't even mad that it cost tickets. I literally got the tank for 30 bucks. That's the best deal I've had in a while for a tier 8. But the reason I got it for so cheap is because players were so fed up with Wargaming's garbage with the, what is it? The, oh, my brain's dying. The G-Sor event. You know you can't 3-mark the G-Sor on NA? You can't? That says just how little people have it. Look at this. You can't mark the tank on NA. Tank is new insufficient. So they sold a tier 10 that so few people have that they literally are not able to 3-mark it. That is insane. And what's interesting is that I could potentially find out how many people have the tank. Let's see, if we go to Blitz Stars, I'll reload my game in a sec because I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi. This is not my account. If we go to tanks, we can see battles that are played. Most games that are played. So if we go to tier 10 and the British... Is G-Sor the tank here? No. G-Sor the tank is not here yet. Oh, this is... Averages from Blitzstar's database of top 10,000 players per tank sorted by... Oh, this doesn't help me. What I want to do is go to tank compare. And then... Oh, I'm floating. I don't know why I'm floating, but I am. There you go. If we go to tank compare... What is it? Tier 10, heavy. Where's G-Sor the tank? Does it show up yet? There you go. G-Sor the tank. Across all servers, as of now in the last 90 days, 589 people have played in G-Sor the tank. If we compare that to the 5A, 1,500 people have played in the 5A. How about we do another rare tank, the Felice? 530 people own the Felice. Just think about this. Only 500 people own G-Sor the tank. That is across their entire game. Only 589 players have the vehicle. That's pretty tragic when you think about it. That is pretty tragic. Certain tanks like the Kampfpanzer, 5,000 people have played. But it's just hilarious that they only sold 589 of those tanks. And that's across all servers. If we break into just the NA server alone, it might only be 100 people. In a server of maybe 20, 30,000 people, only 100 people have a tank. It's pretty sad. Pretty sad. The ELC 901, only 700 people should have because... Okay, that's not right. Only 77 people having the tank is incorrect. Can you 3-mark A phase 1? No, there's no way. Alright, well, let's see if my game's running better. If not, I will probably have to end the stream off after this one. But we'll see. What was the donation? It was Caro. I don't even... Oh, 263. That's right. Caro and 263. All right. Let's see if my my game's running any better. Okay. I guess that the G-Sor the tank is a good indicator that only 15% of players actually keep the game financially viable. This tank alone was almost the price of a PS5. Yeah. 2, 1, and... Looks like my connection is fine now. So I don't know what was... Oh. No, looks like it's fine. Looks like it's fine. You think gacha games aren't this greedy? The thing is, gacha games are meant to be greedy. World of Tanks Blitz is not supposed to be greedy. That's the part that's really tragic. I spent $1,200 and still didn't get the G-Sor? I mean... The minimum you could get the tank for was $1,200. Like, that was... If you spent $1,200, you got it guaranteed. Now, maybe you're talking about a different currency, but... $500 and not being guaranteed a tank is diabolical. $500 only gave you a 50% chance to get the tank. Yep. A 50% chance. Just think about that for a second. 50% chance? Okay. Apparently, bro had my lower plate. Okay. I don't pen that, though, apparently. I'm not worried about this guy. Just gonna load a gold shell and take him out of the game. I got the XM66 for 80k gold. Yeah, and that's fine. 80k gold is what, like $100? A little bit more. If you buy double gold bundles and you buy your gold during like smart times. El Bozo. This is why I do like the 263 a lot more than the Badger. It's just so much more mobile than the Badger. Nice. I mean, like, imagine being in a Badger in this position here. Like, you wouldn't be able to do half the things I'm doing right now. You'd just be screwed because of how slow you are, bruh. And the 263 gun is surprisingly accurate. A lot of players are always like, oh, that 263 gun's inaccurate. I don't really agree. I think the 263 gun is surprisingly accurate. On move, it seems to hit most of its shots. I don't know. I don't have a problem with the 263 gun's accuracy at all. And then you get behind something, and boom, 750 high explosive, just like that. It's pretty crazy, actually. There's 64. Already over 4,000 damage. Just imagine me doing like half of these maneuvers in a Badger. You couldn't, because the Badger is so freaking slow. Okay, that was unfortunate. But it doesn't matter, because I will facehug the concept, pen him once in the roof. I don't even care if the concept pens me. I'll reload again, shoot him in the roof again. There you go. Concept's out of the game. 5,000 damage from the 263. I do think the 263 is an insanely dangerous tank. I do. I actually really enjoy this thing. Can't wait for them to add a tank with 1 damage, 0 armor, and $10,000? Yeah. Not a bad game, though. Not a bad game at all. I'll take the 5,000 damage. Let me check. I want to check what my donations were on stream, because I think there was another donation that I may have missed. Let's see. Analytics. The only way to see donations is by fan funding, which is kind of annoying. So I have to go to my YouTube. There we go. Fan funding. So what have I missed? I have to do the Gonk. Forgot about that one. I have to do the Tier 9 Conqueror. That's it. Okay, so I just have the Gonk and the Tier 9 Conk. And then we're all out of donations. I don't know if the PG guy is still there. Rammer's nice and all, but it's pointless if you're not penning your shots. Rammer's completely pointless. I mean, I average 3,800 this month. And the simple argument that I make is if I'm able to average 3,800 damage with Kali, then what is Rammer doing for you? Nothing. It's doing literally nothing for you. It's a delusional thought that, oh, more DPM equals better. It's not. More DPM does not equal better. It's like saying a faster car is better. Yeah, you know, a faster car is great until you get 5 MPG and you have to refill your car every 10 seconds. And the small little Honda Civic still wins because it didn't have to stop for gas 50 times along the way. So, you know, not every time DPM is the most important thing. Penning your shots, having reliability is a lot more important than just ooga booga shooting 0.3 seconds faster. It's as simple as it is.
JT5 Games donated 2
Nice.
through Super Chat. BK90.
Why don't you link your other channels? Because there's no reason for me to. Hello, XM. That's a good trade. The thing is, the closer you get, the more damage you deal. Okay, you know what, PGI? You're getting touched.
XP donated 200 yen through Super Chat. Could solve.
Ooh, 716. That's gotta hurt a lot. That has got to hurt a lot. Oh, you want to poke again? Well, there's another 540. 2,200 damage already dealt. This is where driving a Polish TD does feel very enjoyable. When you are able to get this thing's gun to work, and you're able to get that damage output, it does feel crazy. Come on. There you go. That was a good trade. 644. Oh, I got the Yo on my flank. Hello, Mr. Yo. How's that working out for you there, dude? So let's see. You have the lowest DPM in Tier 9. And I have the highest DPM in Tier 9. There's 585. Good shot, Conk. Not even sure what you're so scared of. There's 678. Oh, there you go. I get another bounce. There you go, 675. Well, that's 5,300 damage. As I said, the gun that this thing has is crazy. When you are able to get the Polish TDs working, they are insane. They're absolutely insane. Only Cali needs a nerf? 100%. Calibrated shells needs a nerf. 100%. Okay. I was curious for a cash price of your choice. You want to platoon in VC. I mean, we can do it off of stream if you want. Name my price? $1,000. You won't. You don't have the balls.
The P donated 200 yen through Super Chat. Dracula.
Okay. Conqueror, that's right, Conqueror. Thank you for the donation, PGI. Thank you for the donation, Zane. The Conqueror.
Xanacoger 9225 donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Message above, sorry carrot.
It's nice that the Gonk doesn't have those annoying cutouts like the NC70. 100%. 100%, dude. I freaking hate the cutouts. I hate the cutouts on the freaking NC70. The Gonk being able to actually angle the vehicle slightly when backing up allows it to be so much more flexible. 100%, dude. Please play in the Minotauro. This is a cool camo. I forgot this camo even existed. Guess I'm going this way. Well, I'm getting through all the donations first. The fact that Błyskawica can do 800 damage with 10-second reload is insane. Well, actually it does 700 damage per shot. It can deal 800, but you're dealing 700 on average, of course. But also, you're not dealing that at any distance greater than 50 meters. So I actually don't think the tank's that OP. In fact, I think it's quite a challenging vehicle for most players, including myself, to drive. It has terrible reverse speed, and it has very poor armor when on flat, or even using gun depression because of how large and easy the lower plate is to hit. So I do agree that it is a incredibly dangerous tank, but at the same time, it's very, very balanced in the, capabilities. Okay. I'm having very annoying delay, and I don't know if it's because of that 2% packet loss that just decided to appear, but it's very frustrating to be missing these shots. It's like the hello there, man. Okay. Yo, guys, we're wargaming. Let's buff the 57 heavy turret armor. Remember when you guys were all like, oh, wargaming ruined the 57, its clipping potential is so bad now. Yeah, bro, I'd love to be able to pen it. Yeah, that would be nice. There you go. I said at first, NC70 armor sucks. Yeah, its armor is not very good, to be totally real. It's not like bad armor. It's still better than most tanks in tier, 10. But the armor definitely does not work nearly as much as you would want it to. Oh boy, we love the 50. Yo, guys, that tank's good for the game. The 57 Heavy's good for the game. 1132 health off my vehicle. Permatracks me. Stops me from doing anything. Yay, we love autoloaders. They're good for the game. Oh, don't worry, guys. I got Peace Saver on my team. You know what's funny is that 57... Okay, that 57 Heavy was going to try and YOLO me. Yeah, how's that working out for you, Type? Bye. Goodbye. Allahu Zahar. Okay. Who could have guessed that YOLOing the enemy team when you don't know where their tanks are is a bad play? Whoa! I mean, I'm still dead. KPZ's just gonna shoot me. But there's nothing I could have done about that. I did 4,000 damage, which is pretty good. That Zane guy never replied. He's like checking his bank account for $1,000. Okay. Oob doob noob. Can you do a video on how to install tank skin mods? I did. I was loving people ask me, Droodles, can you make a video on this? I already have a video on it. Literally just type in Droodles Blitz, how to install mods. It'll probably pop right up. Not a bad game, though. 4,000 damage. I mean, when you have Peace Saver on your team, you might as well just, you know, this dude is like 60,000. Oh, sorry, 90,000 games. 90,000 games in the 57 heavy. Brother, what are we doing?
At KJJK_02 donated $4.99 through Super Chat.
All right, what was
Tier
next?
7 Panther.
Thank you for the donation, KJJK. I have to play in the VK90. All right. My nose is sniffly. I still use rammer on 62 reload now at 6.2, but the previous 6.5 is unacceptable. Huh? 7.6 330 alpha on the STB is ridiculous. Have you considered a skill issue? I 3-marked the STB, and I averaged 3,700 damage in that tank. So, no, the 330 damage per shot, 7.6 second reload is totally fine. Once again, damage per minute is not the deciding factor on how you do in a tank. Stop letting it control you. You guys treat DPM like it's the freaking COVID vaccine sometimes, dude. It's not as dangerous as you think it is. DPM, yes. If a tank is able to sit there in the open and farm you from full health, then sure, it matters. But if you're smart and you have half a brain cell, you just wait a second longer and then you poke the enemy. I don't sit in front of the enemy while I'm reloading, and I don't think most players do. So I don't know why DPM is that big of a problem. It isn't. Have you considered not poking when you're on reload, which minimizes the amount of time that you are exposed to enemies? I don't care about DPM, but an awful reload is an awful reload. Brother, it's the same thing. That's like saying, well, I don't care about alpha damage, but I care about having a higher damage output. Huh? The STB is fine, and I still think the STB is a really stupid vehicle. So, no, the STB does not need any changes. Same thing for the T62. It's fine now. We don't need vehicles having better DPM. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean that's the way it should be. That's the problem. You get people who are like, oh my god, the DPM is not good enough on this tank. So then Wargaming buffs the DPM on the STB. And then the STB dominates because it's got the same DPM as another medium, but way more armor. So then you buff the other mediums to counter the STB buff. And then, oh look, the STB is now bad again. So now let's buff the STB again. Oh, but now the other mediums are bad, so let's buff the other mediums. Do you see the problem with that? Can we just be happy for once? Stop buffing tanks. Nothing needs a buff. What we should be saying is tanks need nerfs. That's where you're wrong. Instead of saying, oh, the STB needs a buff, how about we just nerf the other mediums that have ridiculously high DPM and problem solved? Crazy, I know, right? What a thought process. I've been saying this for so many years. This is the problem. Everybody thinks things need a buff. Nothing needs buffs. We need nerfs. How you doing, Joey? I'd love to shoot the C5. There you go. Why is Wargaming too scared of the nerf tanks that are clearly OP? Couple reasons. First of all, when they nerf tanks, people aren't as enthusiastic to play them, right? That's the thing. Okay, where are we going, Murat? But, like, here's the thing. I know why they're not nerfing tanks. Thank you for the donation. Stream's quiet.
Is this better?
But here's the thing. When you nerf a tank, people are disappointed because their favorite tank got nerfed, right? That's the thing. If you nerf a tank, like the E50M, all those freaking rats that spam the E50 are now like, oh my god, my favorite tank gets nerfed, I can't play it anymore. That's what happens. All the rats that spam those tanks now don't play. So they lose the player base. It's why the 183 Wargaming is so scared to nerf. Because they don't want to touch the tank because they know it's the most popular tank in the game. And if they nerf it, the player base is going to cry. Which is why I have suggested a very simple solution of giving a flat 15% DPM nerf to all tanks across the board. This would solve a vast majority of the problems. So if Wargaming nerfed everything by 15%, everything would still stay the same. Players wouldn't be bummed because every tank got the same nerf. So it would be totally fine. That's the only way to viably do a nerf, is a mass nerfing of all tier 10s at once. That's what I would do. If you start going into individual nerfs and buffs, that's when you start to make problems. Because if you keep buffing things, you keep creating power creep. So the solution, very simple. As I said, nerf everything's DPM by a flat 15%. Problem solved. Finish stream marking the FVB. I don't know what an FVB is. I'm going to assume you mean FV2 and 5B. And it was fine. I averaged like 4,200 in it. 2 and 5B is an incredibly dumb tank. A great example of a vehicle that did not need a buff. And Wargaming was like, you know what we should do? Let's buff it. The 2 and 5B getting a buff was one of the dumbest decisions I've seen in a while. Because it was already an amazing tank before that. And then they said, you know what? Nah, let's give it more health. Let's give it better armor. And give it more DPM. Why? Why? Who asked for that? Nobody. The only people that ask for that are the people that are bad at the game, because the 2 and 5B is a skill requiring vehicle. Fun fact, if you're not doing good in the 2 and 5B, it's not the tank. Wouldn't people think Blitz is boring if everything got nerfed and battles are sluggish? No, it wouldn't be. I'm sorry. Is it boring for me to drive in my Badger and get absolutely raped every single time I try enjoying it? Does that sound like fun to you? Ooh, gee, let me load in my turretless tank destroyer so that I can be outmaneuvered by every single tank on the enemy team and watch my entire team fall apart in about 5 seconds in front of me. The least enjoyable 3 mark I had by far was in the Badger. Because what happened was every game I played, I would get into the front line, and then my teammates would die around me, and then I'd die. Because you can't get out of the position you've put yourself in. You're too slow, you're too immobile, you can't turn around, you're done. And that was the experience I had every single time I played in the Badger. It was actually horrendous. It was horrendous. And that is the problem. Because you keep buffing these tanks, and then the vehicles that don't get these insane buffs are the ones that absolutely suck to drive. You know what's boring? What's boring is driving in the Badger, and by the time you get in the battle, the game's already over because your team's dead. That, to me, is boring. How is a steamroll game that ends in 5 seconds enjoyable? Literally, I was having games on average the other day that were lasting less than 3 minutes. How is that fun? That's not fun. Games should be lasting 4 to 5 minutes on average, in my opinion. This is such a bad spot to be stuck. I've got a T-54 lightweight that is in mid, who's going to shoot me if I try to make any play. Okay, nice. The Carnarvon's a one-shot, which is good. Man, this team is something else, dude. There you go. What an amazing team. But is this fun? This is what we were just talking about this, right? Do you think this is fun? Me driving in my Quetzal, getting into position, and the whole enemy team's dead. That was it. That was my game. This here was my average tier. And by the way, DPM in tier 8 is much lower and less effective than in tier 10. But that was my battle. My whole team's dead. The game has been 2 minutes and 10 seconds at this point. The entire battle is over, dude. What do you think is exciting about this game? How is this more fun than battles that last longer, that give me more opportunity to deal damage and make game-winning plays? This is not fun. Watching my entire team collapse in front of me in about 3 seconds, to me, is not enjoyable. Now, maybe you think that's fun. But me watching an entire team collapse in 2 minutes and 30 seconds does not seem fun. That's how I look at it. Chems is developing his game. Nah, Chem's game is gonna fall into the same issues as every other game. It's one person trying to create an entire game. There was one video of Chems that I watched. It was pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie, because his entire audience in the chat was just memeing on him because it was there was a missile firing tank added into Lesta, and Chems had a similar looking vehicle that he tried exclaiming that the Lesta devs copied from him and then put into their game. Like, dude, what are we talking about? Lesta's taking your files from the game that you haven't released the files of, and they're putting them in their game? What are we talking about, dude? Decrease DPM on everything, increase HP? No. Increasing HP is going to be dumb, because then everything's just going to take forever to kill. Just lower the DPM by 15%. That's all you have to do. But games like this make me want to die. The game's over in 2 minutes. Your team does absolutely nothing, because here's the problem. Every single tank has... Like, let's say you nerf 15% of DPM on every tank, right? If you nerf 15% of DPM on every single tank, what that means is that 15, 30, 45, 60, 65, or no, not 65, 75, 90. So 105% less DPM across the board. That's how much less DPM is in the game if you take away 15% from every single tank. So that would mean that the game that we just played would have taken, well, 15% longer. That's just a fact. Whatever happened in this game would have taken 15% longer. So the game ending in 2 minutes and 30 seconds would have been closer to 3 minutes. And that's a big difference. 30 seconds of time is a big difference. I agree that DPM should be nerfed across the board. Yeah. Okay, thank you for the donations, everyone. Thank you for the donations. What are we playing in next? I will stop complaining about the game at this point. I know I've been complaining for like a good 40 minutes now. And it's just my frustrations with wargaming. It kind of makes sense though, because I did post a video a little while ago. This is the last stream I've had since my 2-hour video. Dracula. All right. The Wacula. I do like the Dracula. This will be a quick, enjoyable experience. And then we have the Lightbringer. JT, kill yourself. Thank you for the donation. Tier 7 Panther. 122 TM. Tortoise. And that's about it. How should I contact you? Just message me on my Discord and say, Ooga booga, me give money. I don't know. Just delete every single autoloader. I mean, I said this the other day. Just give every single shot tank reactive. Remove every reactive ability off of autoloaders and give it to single shots. My friend said that's a bad idea. I don't think it is. I think giving every tank that's a single shot reactive would solve the autoloader problem completely. Because now what would happen is you no longer have players getting away with YOLOing you. Take that game in the Conqueror, for example, and I'm in my against the 57 heavy. That guy just drives out in the open and clips me. Now, if I had reactive, instead of his clip dealing 1100 damage, it would have dealt like 900, 850. And then I shoot him back for 500, and then he tries backing up, and I can hit him again. I win that trade. I win that trade. And that is how we should be balancing the game. I think every single shot tank should get reactive. I'm sure that there's people that are like, well, that's not balanced. How is that not balanced? Every tank has the same ability. It's like every tank having adrenaline. There's no difference. There's literally no difference. It stops games from being steamrolls because all tanks have potentially more health. Okay, and boop. There you go. You created a new problem. Well, I don't think it's a problem. I think that would be a solution to autoloaders. It's a solution to autoloaders without flat out nerfing the entire autoloaders category. I think that would solve the problem. Okay. What is my gun doing? What are we doing here, Wargaming? Like, I'm shooting at a stationary boat. Like, can I hit my shots? Got an E10 on my rear. Well, there you go. Another team that fell apart. Bye-bye. Yep. Not sure what to do here. I'm not sure what to do in any of these games, to be honest. I mean, I got the E10 in front of me, which... Okay. Yeah, come on. Just kill me, bro. Just out DPM me and kill me. Doesn't matter. I got a completely useless teammate. Whatever. Don't worry, though, guys. Apparently, I'm a POS drak. I'm a nub drak. Please tell me more 40%er. We both know he's a 40%er. Bro, this is the same Garbo Conway that was on my team earlier. Not quite. Yes, quite. When am I going to play in the minnow? Well, there's no donation for it, so probably never. I'm doing the games that are donated for me right now. And we have a lot of donations. Nub track, yes, indeed. Listen, dude, I'm terrible. Gimme Danger is so much better in the old Guard clan, bro. I'm so bad, you know? My bad, bro. It's like the meme, my bad, bro. Yeah, you know, you've only played 3,600 games in the most overpowered tank, and that's literally the only reason your win rate is above 50%. Congratulations. You're garbage. You know he wanted to click on my account, but because it's a hidden dossier, you can't. Seeing Droodle argue with morons is like Mario trying to deal with Jeffy? Huh? Quetzal, Dracula. I see you donate for the Quetzal, JT, but that's a real shame. Lightbringer. Why do you donate for the most boring tanks possible? You have so many different options to donate for, and you donate for the Lightbringer? Bruh. Cringe. Limiting the number of autoloaders per match will definitely help. I agree. But I do honestly think that giving all single-shot vehicles reactive would completely solve the problem. Because it's completely fair for all single shots, right? They all have reactive. And you're sacrificing... I just don't see the problem with it. Reactive armor is really good, but it's only good against tanks that have autoloaders. Because against single shots, you shoot once and then the reactive's gone. It only lasts 10 seconds unless you're running high-end consumables. Then it's 14, but even then, 14 seconds is a very short amount of time. If you just wait for the reactive wear off, you're fine. But in an autoloader, it's a different story, because in an autoloader, you're going to make the aggressive push, then you put on your reactive, and then it's useless. Think of a 4005. 4005 player pokes you, boom, you put on your reactive. It's 700 now turns into 550, you know? And that's a big difference. So I do feel like it would solve the vast majority of problems that we have with autoloaders currently. Quick commands are supposedly coming back tomorrow. Yeah, I got no clue. I just want to point out I'm the only person here. I had somebody here and they left me, so I am screwed at this point. I am absolutely screwed. The only play that I can potentially make is to try and cross this gap, get lit on fire, But I did cross the gap, so at least there's that. Well, there you go. 269. This tank is such a legit piece of trash, dude. The fact that I even got a bounce there is a miracle. Its alpha damage is useless. Its armor is useless. Its DPM is mid as hell. Yes, good job, IS2. It's very skilled play. Now my team moves in. Look, I got the Super Hellcat and the Churchill, who were useless a second ago, and now they're here. Like, what? Personally, I don't really understand the point of the Lightbringer. It doesn't have good armor. It doesn't have good DPM. It doesn't have good mobility. There's actually not a single trait about this vehicle that is good. Apart from, I guess, the shell velocity, but, like, legitimately, who gives a flying crap? Not able to HE him. I could probably H him if I got to his rear, but he's going to be dead before then. Alright, over to medium flank we go. Okay. BZ-75 model down tier the tier 7. Yeah, it's not an ugly tank. I don't actually... Oh, okay. I don't love the way the tank looks. I think it looks cool, but it's definitely nothing, like, insane. But yeah, kind of like a BZ-75. The turret, at least. The hull's not very reminiscent of a BZ. It's just the alpha damage, dude. Like, it's like 270. It's so useless. That level of damage per shot is actually just garbo. Okay. Every time it's a one-shot, it lowers. Every single time. We have the Annihilator. I have no support because my Hellcat and Rudolph have decided that they are now heavy tanks, capturing bases. Bonk. Okay. Nice. My nose is very itchy. Oh my god, dude. This gun is actually so garbage. Oh, great. No, you don't. Okay, thank god he mounts me. I can still take a clip from the Annihilator. Oh, my nose, dude. It's so itchy. Nice. 265. He does kill my teammate, but... let's get another shot into him. Rudolfo is going to push him. I'm going to reload. Hopefully not low roll. I didn't, thank God. How does it make you feel that I just did 4,000 damage and a Lightbringer? What the hell? What the hell? 4,000 damage and a Lightbringer? My nose is so itchy. I don't know why. Well, there you go. 4,200 damage, and we aced it.
200 yen through super chat. 183.
Well, it was a game. There's a reason why this actually was. This thing wasn't even free. It was just garbage. Actually, it might have been free. I don't remember. It looks cool, but apart from that, it's garbage. And you called me boring? Bro, it's still boring. This thing is boring as hell. That game was all a snooze fest. But thank you for the donation. Panther. There you go. The Panther is an interesting tank. Really good pen. 214 on the standard is actually insane for a tier 7. If my Dead Rail, Castilla, and Old Malinovka games were removed from my stats would go from 55 to 70. I don't know about that, but... poo. Yeah, I like how Emily's just spamming for the 183. Brug. It was an easy farm. I feel like it would have been an easy farm in any tier 7. You could have given me the KV-13 and it would have been an easy farm. Also, the auctions are coming back very soon. I like how Wargaming said AE Phase 1 incoming and then it just never got released. Maybe it's in the second part of the auctions, but like... Can we get the AE Phase 1 Wargaming? I would love to be able to play in it. I don't know why I'm going this way, but it's too late. I hate playing the 183 and playing against the 183. I don't hate playing in the 183, but I do absolutely hate playing against it. I don't play in the 183, though, much, so... I'm a good boy. Waiting for Wargaming to add Summer Himmels when Lesta already has it. I don't even know what you mean by that. Summer Himmelsdorf? Oh. You mean the World of Tanks PC Himmelsdorf. There's one. Bruh. Two. Okay. Alright. Bro was just that good. Oh, there you go. I got another pen. And another pen. I'm still winning the trades. Which is kind of funny. 500 cigarettes. There's one pen. Yeah, bro, you mad that a panther shot you once? Oh, that's not where I was aiming, but it went there, so I'll take it. The thing about the panther is that it actually is crazy good DPM. So, I can literally rip into the Skoda. And sure, he's gonna shoot me for a pretty solid amount. Okay. Never mind, guys. I will be ammo racked, because ammo racks are good for the game. And I totally could have avoided that, you know? It's just funny. Nothing I did wrong. Just, no, you'll get ammo racked, you know. Good job, Wargaming. Good job. Oh, well. I mean, I don't even care. It's just... If I was on my main account, I'd probably care more. But it's just hilarious how I get punished for being smart. Oh, you're going to trade with a tank that you have more DPM with and kill him? Nope, not on my watch. Good job, Wargaming. Ammo racks are good for the game if you're Amunet and you don't understand any of the mechanics. 122 TM. All right. I still remember. That was the dumbest argument of my life. I remember when I had this like chat. It was like this tournament chat. And I brought up in the tournament chat. This was like with Fugits, Blitz, and Amunet. And I brought up how I disagree with the fact that ammo racks can occur without having a prior damaged ammo rack. I brought that up. And I remember distinctly Fugit and Amunet trying to tell me that ammo rack... Well, Amunet's argument was ammo racks are good for comp because they're exciting to watch. And I said, yeah, that's great. Go tell the people who just lost a tournament and potentially thousands of dollars that the reason you want ammo racks to stay are because they're fun to watch. It's fun for you to watch somebody lose a comp game and thousands of dollars and months of hard work because you find it fun. And then second of all, I remember Fugit trying to say that that ammo racks were realistic and that's why they should stay in the game. I said, yeah, bro. Just like how repairing your dead driver is realistic by using a med kit. Yeah, my bad. My bad. We should remove med kits from the game. And when your driver dies, it's permanently dead for the rest of the game. That would be good. Even in a War Thunder, you can fix a freaking dead driver. Like, what are we talking about, dude? What are we talking about? Aiming. Bonk. Okay. With 300 mils of heat pen, I cannot cut through an IS-6 upper plate. That is insane. That just shows you how ridiculous the IS-6 armor is right now. Okay, I must be running... That was a bad shot. I must be running Rammer. There's no world I'm running Callie on this thing with how red the KV5's armor is. I'm definitely running Rammer. Okay. Yeah, you just gonna leave me? Yep, there it is. There it is. Has a teammate? Not anymore. Now what's gonna happen is they're both gonna roll around the corner and shoot me! Yay! Well, the only silver lining is that... There is no silver lining, actually. This team just sucks, and I'm dead. What is this garbage, bro? Okay. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. 390. They buffed the 122 TM? Yes. Indubitably, they did. Indubitably, sir. Nice. Sweet. The gun's working right now. I like the 122 TM. I think it's a really, really enjoyable tank. Alright, nice. What? What is that? What do you mean that's about? What do you mean? What do you mean wargaming? There's no way! I hate armor highlighting, bro. I hate it so much in this game. I would legitimately be better off if armor highlighting didn't exist because I wouldn't even go for those shots. What do you mean that's a bounce? Move! Well, we actually won. I'm surprised. That made up for it. I don't have to imagine that. It's just called Twister 2018 S Fatness. What happened to his 140? Yeah. Yeah. As I said, Dragon, it's crazy. But these are the people that, Wargaming listens to on balancing the game. Because the problem is Wargaming actually thinks these people know what they're talking about. When they don't. Emunet has no clue what she's talking about. I'm sorry. Emunet drives in sniper mode the entire time she's playing the game. Like, I just hate when Wargaming listens to the people that don't actually understand anything about the game. They don't. It's just as simple as it is. They should be talking to players like myself, like Peter Keck W, even Juicy Tender Steak, who actually understand what the hell is going on with the game. But no. No, instead they listen to people that have no clue what they're talking about. Emunet can cry about me all day she wants, but she cannot deny the fact that she is not that good at the game, and her opinions are just blatantly bad. Like, she can say that I'm a bad person all day. She can say whatever she wants about me. I don't care. It does not change the fact that she has no clue what she's talking about when it comes to this game or the balance behind it. Same for most of the people. Is Reforged coming out? Yes. Like, here's the thing that you guys should really hit home. Reforged was in the works for a while. And I remember specifically Wargaming telling me that there were quite a few CCs who were flown down to Wargaming headquarters and told about Reforged way in advance before we knew it was coming. And I actually had this confirmed by Wargaming, and not only that, but I also had it confirmed by people who were flown down there. And what's funny is that these CCs were flown down there and did not say a single thing about Reforged. They stood by Reforged. I remember when Reforged was first announced and Amunet was trying to say how it was good and how commanders and all this. No. Stop. You guys just make me want to die. All right. What's next? Tortoise. All right. The Tortoise. That's what really makes me so frustrated about Blitz, though. I don't have a problem with players being bad at this game. Obviously, I get mad just like everybody else. What I get mad is at Wargaming's decision-making and the people they choose to have surround them. They choose yes men instead of people that will actually tell them things that they have problems with. That's the difference. If they had somebody that actually said, hey, I disagree with this. Like, yeah, obviously their CCs disagree with crates. Whatever. Everybody disagrees with crates. There's not a single person apart from Wargaming that agrees with crates. There's probably even a large portion of people in Wargaming that work for the company that disagree with gambling for children. That is a separate story. I'm talking about the decision-making behind Wargaming's balancing, the decision-making behind Wargaming's comp decisions, everything like that. Reforged. Those decisions are where Wargaming just has a bunch of yes men. I don't get it either. Had the ammo rack conversation before, and I get pushback from 50% bozos going their fun. They have the ability to turn off one-tap red racks at will. Boss tanks, yeah, 100%, yeah. It's stupid. But again, Dragon, Wargaming doesn't care about the skilled players. All they want is comp to be exciting for the 40%ers that are only watching it because they get gold and crates. Ooh.
We've damaged them.
Okay, AT is not coming after me. Thought I could HE the defender. Is this what we're gonna do? Just gonna YOLO, because that's what we do. Booga booga! I'm in a medium! Booga booga!
Vehicle destroyed.
I have to say, the Tortoise actually feels a lot better than the Badger, because the Tortoise... okay, guess that's not a pen. Full, clear, penetrable spot, doesn't pen. But the Tortoise is way better than the Badger. You know why? Because look at this traverse speed. Nothing can actually get to my side in the Tortoise. In the Badger, it's a completely different story.
Track hit.
Track hit. Hello.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Goodbye. That is the end of your game. I have to say, the Tortoise feels way more enjoyable than the Badger. Like, look at this traverse speed. See how I can actually turn around? Why does the Badger not do that, dude? Why can't the Badger turn when something's behind it? It's very frustrating. Wargaming doesn't want skilled players to be in their game. I mean, if that was the case, they wouldn't do comp. So it's weird. Like, they do comp, they clearly do want some level of skill, but then they screw over those same players by ignoring their pleas to remove things which make the game less enjoyable. I've been begging Wargaming to remove ammo racks from the comp scene for years. Like, there's plenty of comp players who do not like me, but at the end of the day, I'm still the person trying to give comp players the best experience possible when it comes to the game. Like, I'm always trying to give comp players a fair fight when it comes to having fun in Blitz. That's just something I will always try and do.
He donated 200 yen through super chat.
I have been trying to get reactive removed from the game in general, or at least if reactive is going to exist, only on single-shot tanks. I've been arguing that calibrated shells needs to be nerfed, V-stabs needs to be buffed. Trying to get into the comp scene has been kind of tragic. NA is dead. I don't know if you're playing for, like, Demon or whatever, but you're not... The problem with the NA comp scene is it's just like getting a job. You have to be known to get into comp. And to get known, you have to play comp. It doesn't work, right? There's no good teams past top, like, 3. There's 3 good clans in NA, and then everything else past that is terrible. So the problem is, if you're a pretty decent player, and you want to try out for a good top 2 team, let's say Origin, well, chances are you're not going to get a tryout unless you're known. So if you're not known, or you don't have buddy-buddy relations with somebody, if you don't suck somebody off, I'm not saying anything against any clan like Origin, by the way. I'm just saying in general, this is just how it works. If you're not friends with somebody, you're not going to get a chance to try out. They're going to say you need experience. To get experience, you need to be able to play and try out. And that's the problem. It's just like getting a job. They say, oh, you need experience. I have experience. Well, you don't have experience working here, so find a different job. It's the same thing with comp, and it's definitely a problem with the NA server, because the NA server is so dead that trying to progress your way through the ranks as a comp player is almost impossible unless you know people. Now, that's the best way to do it. My recommendation for anybody that's trying to get into the comp scene is become friends. Try to become friends with people that maybe not the leader. Like, for example, if I were to try out for Origin comp, I am chill with Korra, but I would definitely, like, I would try and be chill with people that are near Korra. Arch, for example, is chill. I'd be chill with, you know, Rob and the other players. And then that way they can vouch for you when you do try out. That's how I look at it, you know? You have to be friends with people. If you're not friends with people, you're never going to make it anywhere. It's the same way in real life. If you're not friends with people, if you're not friends with your bosses, you're never going to make it up the ladder. So it's the same thing in Blitz. You have to be friends with people to make it anywhere in comp. You could be the best player in the world, but if you're not known by anybody, you're not friends with anybody, you're not going to progress. That's as simple as it is. So that's how I look at it. Okay. Kraken not recommended, but starter team. Isn't Kraken 3-2-2? 3-2-2 experience required and tanks required. Yeah, you 3-2-2, you basically need 8 billion G-Sor the tanks. Yeah, also, if you want to get into comp, a good way to do it is buy G-Sor the tank. That's a good way to get into a comp team. What's next? What's after the Tortoise? The 183, of course. All right. How much did I even do in that game? I think, yeah, it was very enjoyable. 5K. 183. All right. Void equals dead. Yeah, no, Void killed themselves. They 100% killed themselves. And I lost respect for Void. I used to have respect. I thought some of the players in Void were pretty chill, but the new cluster of players they have are very unenjoyable. Is G-Sor spammed in comp? I know that 3-2-2 is spamming the G-Sor in comp. I don't know if every team is spamming it, but I think the main reason why most teams aren't spamming it is because most teams don't want to spend $500 to $1,000 to get it. We still use concepts in 116s. That's tragic. There's not a single G-Sor being used. Well, it's the same thing as always, Dizzy. My guess is, actually, you know what? You know what my thought process, Dizzy? You know why, the G-Sor is not being used? I bet you it's not being used because a lot of people don't have it. So the comp teams aren't using it because they don't want to use a tank that most players don't have. That's my guess. I could be wrong, but personally, I think the G-Sor, the tank, is definitely comp worthy. I think that having a vehicle with 12 degrees of gun depression allows you to work spots that you literally cannot work in any other tier 10, which is kind of huge. And then it's also the fact that the tank has great mobility. It has Hesh. It has great DPM, surprisingly good accuracy. It's a very, very good. It's an OP tank. I mean, I'm averaging 4K in it. So any tank that I can average 4K and I consider to be comp worthy. And sure, you know, you might say pubs and comp aren't the same thing, but I think if you can average that amount easily in a pub battle without breaking a sweat, then it would be just as viable in comp, right? I mean, the whole point of comp is to use a tank that can bleed out and farm damage quickly. So I feel like it would definitely be a good tank paired with, you know, maybe types or something, 60 TPs. More concepts over G-Sors. I can see the concept. But I do honestly believe that if a concept and G-Sor were to brawl each other, I think that the, I don't know if I can pen that with a Hesh because of my mod, so I'm just going to fire an AP. But I do feel like if a concept and a G-Sor were to fight each other, I think that the G-Sor would win. As long as the concept's not totally haul down. Now, obviously, if the concept's haul down, then it's a different story and that's a different brawl. But I feel like it would be pretty even, honestly. What an amazing team. I'm just going to wait here. Hello, Kron. There you go. 1164, and I back up. I do have teammates behind me. So it's not like I'm totally isolated. Okay. Yeah, guys. Autoloaders are good for the game. Look, I'm in a 183. I deserve to die. But the fact that you can just use your freaking light tank, drive in front of a tank destroyer that has 1,000 damage, and then just boom, 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 clip it and back into cover, it's bullshit. It's like, think about it. I sacrifice everything in this tank to deal 1,000 damage, and then you can just drive a light tank, which gets more DPM, more mobility, view range, even armor, freaking spall liner, and then you also have the ability to deal 1,000 damage in like 3.5 seconds with shell reload boost. How is that fair? Why are autoloaders given these capabilities? The Batchat is still a completely overpowered tank, and it's crazy to me that people do not realize how incredibly OP the Batchat is. It is legitimately so OP. Like, for example, in comp right now, a lot of people are using the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen. And I don't understand it. Sure, the Rheinmetall does have some very good mechanics, like Tracer Shells. But if you're going for Tracer Shells, I still believe the T100 LT is going to be better every day of the week. I don't care about reactive armor on the Rheinmetall. It's not going to mean shit when you're brawling another light, because the armor on the side is useless, and it's going to be HE'd to all hell. Second of all, sure, might have decent DPM with tungsten and adrenaline, but at the same time, you're leaving yourself incredibly exposed to weakness. I believe that a T100 LT would absolutely dunk on a Rheinmetall Panzerwagen. And I also think that a Batchat would dunk on a Rheinmetall Panzerwagen. The Batchat can get 2 clips out with its not adrenaline, but shell reload boost while running high-end consumables. That means that your effective DPM in a Batchat with shell reload boost. Let's go to Blitz Kit really quickly. Rants. Let's see what the DPM of the Batchat is. So with this gun, 3,200. Let's do vents, or not vents. Calibrated shells, and then put on shell reload boost. So you're sitting at 3,500 DPM in the Batchat. You could increase it more with vents, 3,600. But either way, you're 3,500 DPM in the Batchat. You get 2 clips like that. Your whole clip in this vehicle is dumped in, it's 1.4 multiplied by 3, right? Yeah, 1.4 multiplied by 3, so that's 2.8, 3.6, or no, it'd be 3.2. So you have a 3.2 second clipping time, right? 1, 2, 3, no, 4.2. That's it, 4.2 seconds. You've dealt 1,000 damage. So then you reload the clip for 13 seconds, and then you dump another 1,000 damage. So that means in 4 plus 3, so 17. So in about 20 seconds, you can deal 2,000 damage in a Batchat. 20 seconds, you can deal 2,000 damage. That is a full health, any medium, light, tank destroyer. Gone. 20 seconds. Think about that. Let's compare that to a vehicle like the Badger. Let's compare that to one of the highest DPM tier 10s in the game. A Badger has 3,774, although I'm running calibrated shells, and I'm sacrificing my small thing for sandbags, so 3,400 DPM of the Badger. Okay? And then you take that 3,400 DPM, and you add it with adrenaline, so that's 4,016 DPM. Then we do the math. 4,016 DPM, you have a 6.87 second reload. So if we do the math, if you have 2,000 health and you have a 6-second reload, you have your first shell loaded, so that's 460, so you have to deal another 3 shots. So 6.87 seconds multiplied by 3, 20.61. So a tank like the Badger, with the highest DPM in tier 10, also running adrenaline, is going to have still the same time of killing a 2,000 health tank with a shell loaded as a Batchat. Just think about that. So sure, this tank may have 4K DPM, doesn't mean shit. A Batchat can deal more damage output than a Badger in 1 minute of time. It's ridiculous. This is why autoloaders are so dumb, and it's why shell reload boost ruins the game. You have the same effective DPM output as a Badger in a freaking Batchat. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? It doesn't. It doesn't make sense. So, you think to yourself, oh, well, the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen, you got this light tank. Let's compare the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen's killing time versus a Batchat's killing time. A Rheinmetall Panzerwagen has 3,300 DPM, but that's with rammer. You're not running rammer. You're also probably going to run 1 sandbag, so you're going to take off a chocolate. So you have 3,016 DPM with calibrated shells. That's pretty mid DPM. If we do the math, with 3,016 DPM, 6.76 second reload. You have 1 shell loaded already, so that means you have to deal 1,700 damage. So let's do the math. 6.76, and then how many shells? 340 goes in the 1,700 how many times? So we do 1,700 divided by 340, so that gives you 5 shots you have to fire. So 5 shots multiplied by 6.8 seconds. So it will take you 34 seconds in a Rheinmetall Panzerwagen to deal 2,000 damage. It will take you 20 seconds in a Batchat to deal the same damage. That is 14 seconds of time between the two. Just think about how OP that is for a Batchat. That is so incredibly dumb. And it's why I believe the Batchat is still a completely overpowered tank. Because you have that level of DPM on a light tank with crazy good view range, spall liner, insane mobility. The Rheinmetall doesn't get spall liner. Look at the armor on the Rheinmetall. It's useless armor. Frontally, if you're loading high explosive, sure, you can't pen it. It's about 67 mils. But the side, the entire side of the vehicle is an HE pen. The entire side. So if you get to the side of the Rheinmetall, you're just able to rip into it with high explosive ammunition. And that, you know, you're just dead at that point. You're just dead. I mean, I don't know what else to say. 39 mils. The lower plate also, when slightly angled, you can also pen. It's pretty terrible. I don't know what the Batchat's HE pen is, but I would assume it's probably around 60-ish millimeters. Let's see. HE 55, yeah, so about 60 millimeters. And the other gun is 57, so about the same. I thought Peter was insane for ranking the Batchat solo. I agree. Obviously, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but the Batchat is a ridiculous tank. It is completely ridiculous. The capabilities it has, I do not understand why more teams, especially in comp, don't utilize the clipping potential of this vehicle. It is broken as hell.
Play the PZW.
The only thing the 200 has better than the RHM is the profile being so small. The only thing, the 200's DPM is still the same as the RHM. Like, are we forgetting that, Joey? Like, people think that the RHM is really good because it got buffed. It's really not that good. Don't get me wrong, the RHM has view range, which is really nice, but the T100 has way more camo, which for some reason we're forgetting here. Like, way more camo. It's not even close. Not the Sheridan. Look at the camo value differences here, right? We have the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen. We have the T100 LT, right? So the Rheinmetall's DPM, put on calibrated shells, and then the Rheinmetall, remember, not as much DPM as you think here, because you're not running this, you're running sandbag, and then your DPM is only 3,175. Why was my DPM lower? For some reason my DPM, oh yeah, that's rammer. There you go. So the DPM difference between Rheinmetall and the, I feel like Peter's opinion, oh, it's Kevin. I don't give a shit about you, Kevin. Either way, back to what I was saying. The Rheinmetall Panzerwagen and 200 LT only have about 50 DPM difference if you're loading the same build here. And not only that, 200 has flat more pen. It's AP standard. The premium pen is flat better because it's AP standard again. The on-movement dispersion of the 200 LT, flat better. The base dispersion of the 200 LT, flat better. In every regard. It's not even close. The 200 LT is the best on-move in the game. Sure, the base aiming time is worse. Doesn't mean shit. The base dispersion and everything else about the 200 is way better. Then we have mobility. 200 is flat more mobile in every single regard. It only has 50 less health. That's with running sandbags. And then the camouflage on the 200 is literally 6% better. I don't know. But I can tell you this. The capabilities, and by the way, the view range isn't that big of a difference. It's 315 to 311. It's not that big of a difference. So what advantage are we talking about here that the Rheinmetall has? The advantage Rheinmetall has is the ability to use consumables. That's it. It has tungsten and it has adaptive concealment. But apart from that, if you told me if I was up against a Rheinmetall, would I rather be in a T100 or a Rheinmetall? I'm choosing a T100 every day of the week. The T100 is a smaller profile. Its armor is troll as hell. It's got way better camo, which means it'll still outspot a Rheinmetall. I think that the Rheinmetall is better. That's my personal opinion. Obviously, if you disagree, let me know. But I don't know. I'm a on paper guy. I look at stats on paper and I'm like, oh, well, this looks better. And I think it is. The Rheinmetall got buffed. And don't get me wrong, it's good now, but still. Imagine being
bitch,
gay.
I have a high % win rate, then you ain't doing nothing to me. Oh, sorry, what's up, Droodles?
Hello.
Look at these plebs arguing about win rate.
Hey.
Also, why are you
Mine's-
still awake?
I don't fucking. I don't know.
I'll never guess
I'm
what I'm
just
playing
awake.
in.
What are you playing in? Playing
You'll
in
never
baited
guess.
it. I baited this one.
I baited this
Quetzal?
one.
You're
I
baiting
baited this
you're,
one.
You're
I
debating
baited it. I got someone to donate for it for what I
Bro
said.
baited it.
Yeah.
He's a masturbator.
No.
Yeah. Also, Hammer, I'm
I-
gonna
I-
let you use the hammer. Get rid of Kevin. Permanently ban him from the stream because he's annoying and I don't care about him. That Kevin guy has been in all of my streams being a little rat, so just gonna get rid of him.
Already done it.
Goodbye. Literally every
I'm on.
stream, Kevin's like, stop caring about win rate ever since SBMMM. Yeah, I hate to tell you, but that's been out of the game for like 2 years now. Wargaming put it in the game for like a month. Everybody complained and they
took
removed
it
it.
out.
Yeah, so not sure what we're talking about. Imagine the Vindicator armor working.
You're playing the best tank.
Woo!
Fortunately, you didn't invite me to the tune in time, dude. You didn't give me the opportunity to show them how it's done.
Give me an ammo rack. Oh, damn, I damaged it, but I didn't break it. Well, I have 92 health left.
What did you see the ammo rack? Did you see the ammo rack Droodles received in the Panther?
Yeah, bro, he definitely saw it while he was driving home from work.
I didn't know he was driving home from work.
Bro, I literally told you I was at work.
No, you didn't. Did you?
Thought I
It
did.
might
I
only
could
about that.
just be losing my shit. though,
Bro,
but-
it's literally like living with 2 dementia patients.
No, you definitely didn't. You didn't.
Oh, I want to HE the Cromwell. Yes. No! I hate the gun on this thing. Sometimes the Vindicator is big funny. Sometimes it's big garbage.
It's an equal balance.
It is. See, like that time, it was big funny. I just took 850 off of Cromwell.
I feel like the way wargaming should work, like the more money you've spent over a year, you should get like better luck at getting shit. But
I think the
then,
more money
no.
you've spent over the year, the better the RNG you get.
Yeah, or like if you've spent a certain amount of money, you get to like have discounts or something. But no, they're gonna make me spend $130 on a tier 8 tank.
Don't worry, can't wait for the BZT.
I will be buying it.
We already
up
know they're
crying.
gonna make it about $8,000.
Yep.
Wonder how it must feel to get HE'd in the back while driving in a Smasher.
I think with the smashers, it can pen the side of the Vindicator with HE for like 1,000.
Well, I got 2 kills and 2,800. Will it be an ace? Kevin being instantly dismissed was funny, yeah. Anytime, like, I know who these people are half the time, so I just know immediately that's not worth it to reply. You don't give people that are rage baiting any time of day. You just get rid of them.
The other day, wasn't he begging you to play the VZ or something?
I don't remember.
20 minutes.
He's a piece of shit. Alright, I have to play in the
Vindicator
Badger.
is a back shot.
Ooh, the Goodger.
The Goodger. Unless I'm playing it, then it's the Badger. Let's try it. Wait, I'm gonna do the max DPM build in the Goodger.
I shall queue up at a tank then.
3,775 DPM. If you haven't spent money in a while, Wargaming will give you hella good offers. Yeah, that's not possible. Walden and I don't do that. That doesn't happen.
It should be the other way around. If you spend money, you should be like given better shit, but no.
Yes. If
Not
you
me.
spend money, you should be given. Oh, did you see what the drop chance for the Nemesis crates are?
What was it? I just bought them and didn't
Yeah,
look
what?
at it.
Guess what they
They're
are.
horrible.
Like 0.3.
Okay, no, they're not that bad.
I was like 3% drop chance then.
Yeah, 3.
3.
It used to be 5%, and then it was 4 for the Type 5, and now they've brought it down to 3%. It's a 40% decrease in chance of getting the tank. Is this Reforged? Yeah, bro. How'd you know? We're playing World of Tanks Blitz Reforged.
I'm playing in your favorite tank, JT.
Which one?
Enemy
Chieftain.
armor is damaged.
Hey.
Great. I am, once again, not able to do anything on my Badger because the enemy team has a bat chat. Yay.
I was playing the Chieftain yesterday and got ammo back 2 games in a row.
Penetration.
Track was stuck here.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Bro, their whole team just appeared. What is this garbage? See, guys, this is the problem with the Badger. You can't do anything. You cannot make any plays in the tank because it's so slow that you try to make the slightest aggression and the enemy team's like, you're not allowed to.
My god.
Okay. Okay. The Badger gun is still hella troll. Yep, there you go. Look, guys, I made 1 poke. Minus 1,100 of my health. Yay. I love playing tanks where you make 1 aggression.
We ding them.
And you get nuked.
I'm
It literally
watching
doesn't matter
Lord
how much
Food.
DPM you have.
Enemy armor is hit.
Yay, we love the badge. Oh, concept cuts through me. Concept 1B players make me want to kill myself.
Oh, what do you mean? It's a fair tank.
Yeah, it's really fair.
It's easy to counter.
Yeah, my bad, bro. Oh, thank you, gun.
We've damaged them.
Ooh, I rolled the enemy concept for 380. You gotta do something, AMX. Your team's getting absolutely handled here, brother. You just gotta, like, run away and lose on base cap. Okay.
One didn't go through.
This VZN player is an actual piece of garbage. Bro ran away and did nothing instead of actually fighting me. 2 marks. The Great Badger is just kind of a punching bag. The problem is, literally, you try to make a single play, and oh look, there's a haul down concept 1B. Oh look, there's a bat chat. And as we talked about, the bat chat can deal 1,000 damage in 4 seconds. How do I counter that? I can't. I can have 4k DPM, and the bat chat will still sit there and shit on me, even if I shoot it. It doesn't matter. It can only pen half its shots, and it'll still win the trade. It's garbage.
Bro.
Yeah, it's garbage. Bat chats piss me off. I used to wonder why people always tunneled bat chats. Now I know why. I hate bat chat players. They think they can get away with whatever the hell they want. Alright, I have to play in the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen. He's a good player, definitely not my 53 marks. Yeah. Sinks is close to 60. That's because Sinks has legitimately no life. I've never seen somebody with less of a life than Sinks.
What do you mean? How we played like 200 games in the
In the
the
Tychos.
Tychos?
Let me see how many games he's played in it. Oh, he stopped. He stopped after I made fun of him.
Finally, I remember that one night I was trying to mark my shit and I was just going up against him every game.
Yeah. I think Wargaming, actually, you know what? Wargaming might have taken the Tychos away from them already. Dizzy, are they still able to test the Tychos anymore? I mean, I've 3-marked quite a few tanks at this point. 40-ish. I'm just not speedrunning the 3 marks. I don't really care. I've done all the bad tanks, though. I've done literally all the bad tanks. I've done the Badger, I've done the E3, I've done the Mount. All the tanks that are slow, that are challenging, all the highest gun mark tanks are done. So now it's literally just a cakewalk. I have, like, the Rhino, ooh, the Leopard, the E50, woo, like, all the tanks that I have to gun mark now are going to be pretty easy. All the slow TDs are done. Also, Joey, you missed my whole rant about the T100 versus the bad chat, you stinker. Aiming. I don't know. I don't really like the Rheinmetall gun at all. And I know I'm not the only person that thinks that. The Rheinmetall gun legit sucks.
Donated $1.99 through Super Chat. Play the T95, but when we're gonna be market?
But it is nice to sit here and perma-spot this guy. But god, that shell velocity, dude. For an APCR gun, that's actually terrible. While that I perma-spotted a Waffena on the other side of the map and killed him.
Oh my god. Oh, I just took 1200 off of bat chat. Type 5 is good for the game.
Watch that shell ricochet off into the stratosphere. Yeah, no, I don't like the gun on this thing at all, I'll be honest. I think that the gun on the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen is the definition of mid. Oh, yay. I love being YOLO'd by 162A and not being able to do anything about it. It's already cooked. Not really sure. There's no way I'm wasting my time on this side of the map. I'm leaving. I'm not spotted, so I'm just leaving. Guaranteed that pen. How'd that work out? 362. I could camp on the ridge. I think that's what I'm gonna do. That's some dog accuracy. Yeah, the Rheinmetall's accuracy is legit mid. It's not good at all, and the shell velocity is terrible. The aiming time's mid. Look at this gun, bro. It's mid. .62 got in a cover. We are up on base cap, so I don't need to do anything, actually. I can just sit here the whole game. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit here and do literally nothing the entire battle and force the enemy to do something, because it's not my job to make plays. It's really not. RHM Capture C. Well, what I'm actually going to do is bounce the Sheridan. But here's the thing. Sheridan is now spotted for 20 seconds. So I could lose the game because my team sucks. Screw it. I'm just YOLOing it. I don't care, dude. These teammates are freaking horrendous. El Bozo. 397. El Bozo. can't believe I carried that. Reactive armor saved my ass. Remember I told you guys reactive armor should be on all single-shot tanks to counter autoloaders? That's why. Because you get one trash bag autoloader, like that Batchat who tries to YOLO you, and reactive armor single-handedly saved me. Now, to be fair, I got a bounce, which also is why I lived. But still, reactive armor 100% saved me. I would have died without reactive there. So, that was pretty nice. Hello. Goodbye. That was a pretty good carry. Why the RHM have every single light tank mechanic? Probably because it kind of needs it. It's a good game, though. I can't complain about the Rheinmetall in this battle at all. It did its job. Okay, what's next? I've got about 8 billion. Oh no, it's just the T95. I like the RHM button pubs. I still like the Batchat more. I think I would use the T100 to counter the RHM. I also think the Vickers Light would laugh in the face of an RHM, judging that it literally just spams Hesh. But I've said this in the past. I don't really know why you would even use a light tank when you can just use a Leopard. The Leopard 1 has a better power to weight ratio than all light tanks. It's a fact. A lot of people don't know that. Like, if you were to go to compare... Look at this. If I add the Leopard 1... I have light tanks on, that's why. Leopard 1 power to weight ratio is flat better in every regard. Well, on medium terrain, it's the exact same as the Rheinmetall. But still, and actually on my Leopard, I'd probably be running gear oil. I'd take off a small food. Wait, which is the big buff? Wait, which one? Is it, I'm going to assume chocolate is the big buff. Yeah. So take that off, and then you put on improved gear oil. So if we go back down, the power to weight ratio of the Leopard on medium terrain is 24.1, and it's 24.5 for the Rheinmetall. So the exact same power to weight ratio for the Leopard and Rheinmetall. And it's not just the Rheinmetall. You can do any light tank. You can do a Batchat. All the tanks in the game, the Leopard legitimately has a better power to weight, or the same power to weight ratio. Oh wait, no, the Leopard has way better medium on. Yeah, the Leopard has way better medium power to weight ratio. There you go. I was wrong. It was soft terrain. Medium terrain, the Leopard is way better. So yeah, the Leopard is legitimately much faster than all the light tanks in tier 10. Like, you can look at all the light tanks. Get rid of Germany. What would be the fastest light? Probably the Batchat. Batchat power to weight ratio on medium is 37.6, so slightly faster. But hard terrain, almost identical. It just shows you how ridiculously fast the Leopard is. And then when you pair that with the best gun, basically in the mediums class, I feel like the Leopard, I don't know, I just, personally, if you gave me the choice of the RHM or the Leopard, I think I'd pick the Leopard. Don't get me wrong, the RHM has some good mechanics. It has tracer shells, and it does have adaptive concealment. But in a brawl, the Leopard's going to win every single time. And not only that, but the Leopard has gear oil, which means it can back out of situations a lot faster. The Leopard also features adaptive concealment. Fun fact. So I honestly do think the Leopard is a very underutilized tank. Playing the object. Thank you for the donation, Reaper. All right, T95. I remember when I was playing in Reggie Comp, and I convinced I convinced Gizmo to use Leopards. We had a strat, and it was the only session. Like, if you see in our tournament history when that's my clan. How do I look at my tournament history? What? Oh, because this isn't my main account. Okay, either way. One of the sets that we fought Ponda, we went 2-3. Like, we lost to them, I think, but the 2 games we won against them were on Canal. And it was specifically because I remembered convincing Gizmo to use the Leopard instead of... We were going to use Bat Chats originally, because that's when Bat Chats were super popular. It had great view range and whatever. That's when the Bat Chat was being used a lot. And the original strat was 2 Bat Chats and 2 heavies were going to go to far A corner. And I convinced Gizmo, I said, bro, why would you ever send Bat Chats to the far A corner? They're not really spotting anything because we have heavies in the bases that are further up. So we don't need the tanks for spotting. Why do we need Bat Chats when we can just use Leopards and sit them on the hill? They're never going to miss. They have 3,800, 900 DPM. Why won't we just use Leopards? And we tried it in a scrim once and it worked fine. So Gizmo agreed reluctantly to use Leopards instead of Bat Chats. And we went up against Ponda and we actually smoked them. We smoked them because you can't push, 2 tanks with 3,800 DPM each. They just sat back there, and we were up on base cap, which was the strat. We got the base cap advantage, and then that was it. They were cooked. You can't make a play when you got 2 Leopards sitting at A corner. It's just not possible. The view range is nice on the Rheinmetall, don't get me wrong, but if you play smart, you don't need view range in certain strats. You play according to how the strat should work. If you still need mobility, but you want a tank that still has also view range and the ability to have DPM, that's kind of how I look at it. The T95 is so dumb. How have your teams been, Wallet?
Be fine. I just had a 4.8k game with the Jaeger.
Nice. The Jaeger.
Jaeger. Yeah, farmed out 2 tigers from across the map. 2 tiger teams.
Bruh.
They were spotted and just sat there.
The sad part is what I'm doing in my T95 right now, I could never dream of doing in my Badger. I just poked a 114, out-traded him, and then backed up and traversed and, did all these maneuvers that I just would never have been able to do in the Badger. I like the Badger, but I don't know. It's kind of sad when I'm driving a T95 and I have more reliable armor on flat ground, and my traverse speed is better. And I still have really good DPM. Woo. Woo.
You're still trying to mark your waffen, JT?
Yeah.
Have fun with that.
It's horrible.
I wonder how it must feel for the enemy team to get completely handled by a T95.
P95 is goated.
T95 is legitimately OP. 800 max roll into the mouse. Bonk. Well, I did 5,500 damage. In a top tier game. Okay, now we tried using Karos. It worked out fine. Haven't played a strat for A corner, though. You always want to go A corner on Canal. If you're, going to the heavy side, you need to have A corner control. That's just a fact. Karos are alright. They're clippers. In a brawl, Karos versus Leopards, Karos would win. But the thing is, Karos are not nearly as fast as Leopards. So Leopards would get there first. They would spot the Karos probably in the crossing, and the Karos would be lit up and nuked. And that's where you'd run into a problem. Okay, I will do one last game in the object, because that's what was donated for. What object shall I play?
Tier 6.
Object 244.
What tier 6 object? Oh, yeah, the 244.
Yeah, the 244.
I'm going to play in... Object 704. There used to be a player named T95 is the only tank for me. Well, the thing is, the T95 used to be really good back in the day. It used to be completely OP, and then Wargaming nerfed its armor, and now it's back to its OP state. Actually, it's about as good as it used to be back in the day. Back in the day, the 95 armor, you could not pen at all. You had to hit the hatches or you couldn't pen it. And that's basically what Wargaming's done nowadays. They gave it PBR, and it angled the lower plate in a way that you can't pen it now. This is weird, though. Like, the T95 gets the traverse speed that the Badger wishes it had. Crazy how the 704 is better spotting mechanics than the 268. That's just the 704. It's all tier 9 TDs. Every single tier 9 TD, every single tier 8 TD, 7, all of them. Okay, I guess I can't climb up that in this, but all lower tier tank destroyers have more view range. Wargaming only nerfed the view range of tier 10 TDs. It's retarded. But, yeah, I mean, that's Wargaming for you. Hello, Bisante. You are about to lose 600 health. The 704 camo is completely overpowered. It's kind of like a 268, but even more camouflage, which doesn't really make sense. Make your bets, guys. Will I ammo rack the Bisante? No. But he also won't spot me. Well, I'm literally shooting a Bisante 240 meters away in the open, and he's not detecting me. Like, okay. It's good for the game.
Oh no, that else is good for the game. The fucking Lect Panzer. Jesus, this thing is low-key kind of broken.
It is broken. Aiming, 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 aiming. Bonk. 668 off the enemy Tortoise. I did pen that shell on the Bisante, because my banner popped up, so that's nice. Come on, 92, back up. Or don't. Or just YOLO in because you're the average T92E1 player. Oogler boogler. Oh! This gun is stupid. Alright, nice. That guy's dead. Bro, this poor Bisante. Bro just can't catch a break. I full health killed the enemy Bisante. Waffle has better camo than Grill. I mean, a lot of tanks have better camo than Grill, so.
Well, deserves more. No, it doesn't.
Okay, game. My bad. Let me bounce the fully exposed Star Future. Okay.
I actually got into an argument. Someone was telling me that the Nemesis was a shit tank.
Was it Martimator?
No, it was just some random dude. He was saying that it has bad pen and the armor doesn't work, and I was like, oh, okay. It's a bad tank. You're right.
It is. It's very interesting.
Like, one clip kill equal tiered medium tanks is just not good enough.
It's very interesting watching a Sama with 200 health try to poke a 900 health 704 like he was gonna get a bounce. He even tried side scraping. It's pretty funny. Grill camo is the only reason I do well in it. If the tank looks cool, I do well. That's why you should get a modded camo. Then it'll actually look cool. Okay. That was the worst RNG ever. The 704 gun is very troll sometimes. I'm not going to get mad. I did 4,000 damage, but still. not the Waffen E100 Dizzy. He's talking about the tier 9 Waffle, you monker. Alright, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you enjoyed today's live stream. If you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure to smash that subscribe button down below. And apart from that, I will see you all in the next one. Thank you for the donations. Bye-bye.